Do you know that undeniable pull some people have? The kind of presence that lingers long after they've walked out of the room. It's not magic, nor is it luck. It's an art. A quiet, powerful art rooted in timeless wisdom. These individuals don't demand attention with loud words or flashy gestures. Instead, they leave an impression so deep that their absence feels louder than their presence ever did. There's something extraordinary about cultivating a magnetic presence without saying much at all. This isn't about manipulation or games. It's about building the kind of inner strength and balance that naturally draws others to you, even when you're miles away. It's about fostering curiosity, admiration, and respect, all without forcing a single thing. For centuries, philosophers have understood that silence and restraint hold more power than endless words. The Stoics, in particular, mastered this understanding. They knew that true influence doesn't come from dominating a room, but from commanding respect quietly, authentically, and purposefully. The way you carry yourself, the calm you radiate, and the balance you embody speak volumes. People are drawn to those who don't chase, who don't need external validation to feel whole. The more you embrace this mindset, the more magnetic you become. You're not just a person to them, you're an experience, someone worth thinking about long after the interaction is over. Have you ever met someone whose words felt unnecessary because their presence alone conveyed everything? Their energy, confidence, and sense of self filled the space without trying. They made you want to know more, even in their silence. That's what happens when you stop seeking approval and start building your own foundation of self-worth. It's not arrogance, it's calm assurance, and it's transformative. The truth is, we all have this power within us, but too often we dilute it by trying too hard. We over-explain, overcompensate, and overstay. We mistake noise for connection, thinking the more we do or say, the closer people will feel. Yet in the process, we lose the quiet strength that creates lasting impact. Sometimes, less really is more. When you give people space to wonder about you, you create an emotional vacuum, a space they're naturally compelled to fill. This isn't about withholding or being distant for the sake of it. It's about understanding that your value isn't tied to how constantly you're present, but to how intentionally you show up. When you focus on quality over quantity, every interaction becomes meaningful. Every moment leaves a mark. People don't just see you, they feel you. And when you step back, they notice the gap. That's when they start missing you, not out of need, but because your presence added something irreplaceable. The art of leaving an impression isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about crafting a life so rich, a character so grounded, and a presence so calm that others are naturally drawn to you, not because you demand it, but because you've become a source of strength and inspiration. So, how do you start? By stepping into your own power, by embracing restraint as a strength, not a weakness, by learning to communicate not just with words, but with your energy, your presence, and your actions. By realizing that the best connections are those built on mutual respect, curiosity, and admiration, not on overexertion or control. This journey begins with silence, not the silence of indifference, but the silence of self-assurance. It's about letting go of the need to prove your worth, and instead, living in a way that naturally commands respect and affection. It's about learning when to step back, not as a strategy, but as a reflection of your confidence in the bonds you've built. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't just about others. The power you cultivate within yourself will transform every part of your life. It will give you clarity, peace, and a sense of purpose. You'll stop worrying about how others perceive you because you'll already know your value. You'll attract deeper connections, not by chasing them, but by living authentically. Every great artist knows the importance of space in a masterpiece. It's not just the brushstrokes that matter, but the space around them. The same is true for relationships. The silence, the pauses, the moments of reflection, they're what make the connection truly memorable. The space you create allows others to see the full picture of who you are. And when they see it, they can't help but be drawn to it. Think of the moments in life that have stayed with you, the times that replay in your mind like a favorite song. They're rarely the loudest or the flashiest. Instead, they're the ones that carry depth, meaning, and emotion. The quiet look someone gave you, the calm strength they exuded, the feeling they left behind without saying a word. That's the kind of presence you can cultivate, the kind that lingers. This isn't about retreating from the world. It's about engaging with it more deeply, more intentionally. It's about showing up as your best self and then stepping back with grace, allowing others the space to miss you. It's about recognizing that your worth doesn't diminish when you're not constantly in the spotlight. In fact, it grows. There's power in restraint, in holding back just enough to let others lean in. When you embody calm confidence, you become unforgettable, not because you shouted the loudest, but because you left something behind that people can't quite put into words, something they can't help but think about. This is a skill anyone can learn. It's not about changing who you are. It's about refining how you show up. It's about learning to balance presence and absence, depth and lightness, connection and independence. And once you master it, you'll find that not only do others start to miss you, but you start to feel more at peace with yourself. As you begin this journey, let go of the need to rush. Patience is part of the process. The most profound changes don't happen overnight. They happen quietly, steadily, as you build a life and a character that speaks for itself. Step by step, you'll notice the difference, not just in how others respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. This isn't just about relationships. It's about living a life of depth, balance, and meaning. It's about becoming the kind of person who leaves a mark wherever they go, not by trying harder, but by being truer. The kind of person who inspires, uplifts, and lingers in the hearts of others. So, take a deep breath and step into this journey. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to be anyone other than who you are, refined by timeless principles. Let's begin, not by changing the world around you, but by transforming the way you carry yourself within it. The ripple effect will be undeniable. The silence of a sunrise, the quiet after a storm, the stillness in the eyes of someone who listens intently. There's something undeniably magnetic about moments that speak without sound. Silence, when wielded with purpose, is not just the absence of noise. It's a language of its own, a force that shapes perceptions, commands respect, and invites curiosity. To understand its power is to hold the key to creating a presence so profound that others feel its weight, even when you are not there. Let's explore the art of silence and how it becomes the foundation of an unshakable, compelling aura. Silence begins with mastery over yourself. In a world filled with noise, external and internal, learning to be quiet starts with taming your thoughts. Many people talk to fill the void, unsure of how to be comfortable with stillness. But those who embrace silence display a confidence that words can't convey. This self-assurance tells others that you are not desperate to prove your worth. Instead, your calm presence invites them to lean in, to wonder, to seek the meaning behind your restrained demeanor. There is no need to constantly express every thought. Restraint in communication is like an artist choosing which brushstrokes to apply. What is left unsaid carries as much weight as what is spoken. Speaking sparingly, and only when you have something valuable to add, creates anticipation. People listen more closely when they know your words are rare and intentional. This doesn't mean withholding information for manipulation. It means speaking with clarity and purpose, ensuring your voice carries meaning rather than simply filling silence. Silence also creates space for others. When you listen without interrupting, you create an environment where others feel seen and valued. True listening, being fully present without waiting to insert your own perspective, has a magnetic quality. It makes people feel drawn to you because you offer something rare, a sanctuary where their thoughts matter. By giving others your quiet attention, you establish a bond deeper than words could ever forge. In moments of conflict, silence is an unyielding shield. Arguments often escalate because both sides fight to be heard, drowning in a sea of raised voices and defensive words. A silent response in the face of anger disarms the other person. It forces reflection instead of reaction. When you choose not to engage in the chaos, you communicate strength and self-control, qualities that naturally command respect. You are showing that you don't react to provocation, that you are above being pulled into emotional battles. This strength in silence extends to relationships. Constantly seeking validation through words, whether through explanations, apologies, or confessions, often weakens the impact of your presence. When you're secure enough to let your actions speak for you, others begin to see you as someone reliable and steadfast. Silence in this context isn't avoidance. It's an affirmation that your value doesn't require constant articulation. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting your unshakable self-worth. A quiet demeanor doesn't mean you lack passion or intensity. Rather, it means you choose when to reveal it. Those who speak less often hold a special power when they finally do. Their words, backed by the weight of their silence, resonate deeply. This is the essence of a compelling aura. You don't demand attention. You earn it by being selective, deliberate, and composed. Silence, paired with action, creates a legacy far louder than words ever could. Maintaining silence also cultivates emotional independence. When you no longer feel the need to explain yourself to everyone, you begin to build a fortress of inner peace. The less you seek approval or validation, the more you reclaim your time and energy. This independence frees you from the exhausting need to chase external acknowledgement. Instead, it creates a magnetic pull. People are naturally curious about those who don't clamor for attention. They'll start seeking you out, wondering about the calm strength that sets you apart. Silence fosters mystery, an often underrated quality in a noisy world. When you don't reveal everything about yourself immediately, you allow others the privilege of discovery. They become intrigued, drawn to uncover the layers of who you are. This is not about creating artificial barriers. It's about honoring your complexity by sharing it thoughtfully. The less predictable you are, the more magnetic your presence becomes. The practice of silence is equally transformative in personal growth. When you choose quiet reflection over impulsive action, you gain clarity. Silence allows you to observe situations without the distractions of immediate reactions. It creates space for understanding, for noticing subtleties others overlook. In the quiet, you learn to see through illusions, discern the truth, and make decisions that are aligned with your values. This clarity, born of silence, sharpens your intuition and makes you someone others turn to for wisdom. In leadership, silence carries authority. Leaders who speak sparingly but act decisively inspire confidence. Their silence isn't a void. It's a reservoir of thoughtfulness, a sign that they deliberate before they act. This composure sets them apart from those who constantly talk to assert control. It's a reminder that power lies not in how loudly you speak, but in how effectively you lead. Silence is also a form of resilience. In a world that often rewards those who shout the loudest, Choosing to remain quiet is a radical act of self-trust. It signals that you don't need to compete for attention because you're confident in your worth. This resilience is magnetic. It draws people in because they sense your steadiness, your refusal to be rattled by external noise. Even in moments of connection, silence plays a powerful role. Sometimes the most meaningful exchanges happen without words, through a look, a shared moment, or simply being present together. These silent connections deepen relationships in ways that words never could. They create memories rooted in emotion rather than explanation, leaving an impression that lingers far longer than any conversation. In practice, silence requires discipline. It's not about withholding your voice when it's needed, but knowing when it's truly necessary. It's about recognizing the difference between speaking to connect and speaking to fill space. This discipline, when mastered, transforms the way others perceive you. Your silence becomes a signal of your thoughtfulness, your depth, and your unshakable sense of self. The power of silence doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. It helps you develop patience, clarity, and strength. It teaches you to find peace in stillness, to embrace moments of solitude as opportunities for growth. As you learn to wield silence purposefully, you'll notice its ripple effects in every area of your life. This journey isn't about muting your voice. It's about amplifying your presence. It's about understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause, reflect, and let the silence speak for itself. In doing so, you create a presence that others can't ignore and a life filled with meaning, depth, and connection. The power of silence paves the way for an even more profound principle, the art of mastering absence. There's a strange truth about human nature. We often value something more deeply when it's no longer constantly within reach. Absence, when handled with wisdom, creates a space where appreciation grows. It's not about disappearing or withholding. It's about stepping back with purpose, allowing your presence to be felt in your absence. When you understand how to create space intentionally, you develop a magnetic quality. This isn't about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about knowing your worth so deeply that you trust others will feel the difference when you're not there. Let's explore why less presence often leaves the strongest impression and how mastering absence can transform your relationships and sense of self. The principle of absence begins with self-awareness. It requires you to recognize when your presence has become routine, predictable, or even taken for granted. Human beings are wired to adapt quickly to familiarity. What once felt exciting and meaningful can become ordinary if experienced too often. By stepping back at the right moments, you allow others to notice what they might have overlooked, your unique value and the energy you bring into their lives. Absence also fosters clarity. When you're constantly present, it's easy for both you and others to lose sight of the relationship's true dynamics. Taking a step back creates an opportunity to reflect, assess, and recalibrate. For others, your absence becomes a moment of realization. They begin to notice the gaps you once filled, the ways you contributed that might have gone unnoticed before. This isn't about creating guilt, but about encouraging mutual respect and appreciation. Mastering absence is not about withdrawing completely, it's about creating balance. Being too distant can lead to disconnection, while being overly present can lead to dependency or complacency. The art lies in knowing when and how to step away without abandoning the connection. It's about finding a rhythm that strengthens relationships rather than weakening them. When you're absent with purpose, your presence gains greater significance. Your absence also speaks to your priorities. When you take time for yourself, to grow, to pursue your passions, or to rest, It sends a powerful message. It shows that you value your own well-being and that you're not afraid to prioritize self-care. This independence is attractive. It demonstrates that you're a person who doesn't rely on constant interaction to feel validated, someone who brings strength and completeness into their relationships. Creating absence with intention also cultivates anticipation. When people know you won't always be there, they start to value the moments when you are. Absence gives space for longing to develop, for curiosity to grow. It's the opposite of chasing or clinging. It's letting things unfold naturally. The time you spend apart allows others to look forward to your return, and this anticipation often strengthens the bond. In relationships, absence can prevent stagnation. When two people are constantly together, they can fall into patterns that stifle growth. A little distance creates opportunities for individual experiences, perspectives, and discoveries that can then be shared, enriching the connection. Absence adds layers of depth to a relationship, reminding both parties of the unique lives they bring to the partnership. Absence also cultivates resilience. By stepping back occasionally, you allow others to develop their independence and self-reliance. This is especially important in relationships where one person might feel overly dependent on the other. Your absence gives them the chance to stand on their own while reinforcing that the connection remains strong despite the physical or emotional space. There's also an important connection between absence and authenticity. When you don't feel the need to constantly insert yourself into every situation, it shows that you're comfortable with who you are. This self-assuredness communicates to others that your value doesn't depend on constant validation or approval. It encourages them to respect you more deeply because they see you respecting yourself. Mastering absence requires patience and timing. It's not about retreating suddenly or without explanation. It's about creating intentional pauses that enhance the value of your presence. These pauses can take many forms. A few days of reduced communication, time spent focusing on personal goals, or simply stepping back from situations where you feel your contributions are being taken for granted. Each choice reinforces the principle that your time and energy are precious. Absence also sharpens the impact of your actions. When you're not always available, the things you do carry greater weight. A thoughtful gesture, a meaningful conversation, or a shared moment becomes more significant because it's not overshadowed by constant interaction. People begin to associate your presence with quality rather than quantity. Another aspect of mastering absence is the confidence it requires. Stepping back can feel uncomfortable, especially if you fear being forgotten or replaced. But trust is key. Trust in your value, trust in the bonds you've built, and trust that absence doesn't weaken meaningful connections, it strengthens them. When you embrace this mindset, you'll find that people not only remember you, but also appreciate you more deeply. The practice of absence also nurtures creativity. Time away from the familiar gives your mind room to explore new ideas, perspectives, and solutions. This creative energy can be brought back into your relationships, adding a sense of renewal and excitement. Absence isn't just a break, it's an opportunity for growth that enriches everything you return to. When applied wisely, absence creates space for deeper communication. It allows time for emotions to settle, thoughts to form, and meaningful exchanges to take place. Conversations that follow periods of absence often carry more depth and sincerity because they're fueled by genuine reflection rather than routine chatter. Absence also teaches the importance of gratitude. When you step back, you give others the chance to appreciate what they may have taken for granted. But it's not just about them, it's about you too. Time away from constant engagement reminds you of the things and people you value most. It deepens your gratitude for meaningful connections and helps you approach them with renewed energy and focus. The most profound impact of mastering absence is the space it creates for self-discovery. When you're not constantly surrounded by noise, you have the chance to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You can reconnect with your priorities, your values, and your goals. This self-awareness not only benefits you, but also enhances the way you show up in your relationships. You become more grounded, more centered, and more intentional in your actions. Mastering absence is a skill that can transform every area of your life. It's not about withholding or retreating. It's about creating space for clarity, growth, and connection. It's about understanding that your value doesn't diminish when you're not constantly present. In fact, it often becomes even more evident. By embracing this principle, you cultivate a presence so powerful that it resonates even in your absence. Absence lays the groundwork for appreciation, but true freedom comes with detachment. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about releasing the grip of expectations that weigh you down. Detachment is a quiet strength, a refusal to let external events, people, or outcomes control your peace of mind. It's not indifference, it's mastery, a deep trust that everything you need is already within you. This shift doesn't just change how you approach relationships, it transforms the way others perceive and value you. Stoic detachment begins with understanding what is truly within your control. The teachings of Epictetus remind us that we cannot dictate how others feel about us, nor can we control their actions. What we can control is how we respond, how much emotional weight we assign to these external factors. By letting go of the need for others to validate or affirm us, we create a powerful sense of freedom. This freedom is magnetic. People are drawn to those who radiate calm self-assurance, untethered by the chaos around them. Detachment is not a rejection of relationships or emotions. It's an embrace of what is real and lasting. When you detach, you're not stepping away from love or connection. You're stepping away from the illusion that your happiness depends on someone else. This shift allows you to love more fully because your love is no longer tied to fear of rejection, fear of loss, or fear of not being enough. Detachment removes the chains of dependency, letting you connect authentically. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care without clinging. Clinging creates resistance. It pushes people away instead of drawing them closer. When you detach, you're telling the world, I am whole on my own, and I choose to share that wholeness with others. This mindset shifts the dynamic of any relationship. It's no longer about need or control. It's about mutual respect and freedom. Detachment also fosters self-respect. When you stop basing your worth on how others treat you, you reclaim your power. You begin to see that your value isn't tied to whether someone misses you or seeks your approval. This self-respect is contagious. Others see it, sense it, and respond to it. They are more likely to admire you, not because you've demanded their attention, but because you've shown that your peace isn't negotiable. The process of letting go also sharpens your focus. When you detach from distractions, whether they're emotional entanglements or the endless pursuit of external validation, you free up energy to invest in what truly matters. This clarity makes you more intentional, more present, and more capable of creating meaningful connections. People are naturally drawn to those who exude purpose and direction, qualities that flourish when detachment is practiced. Detachment doesn't mean walking away from challenges or avoiding responsibility. It means approaching life with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. By letting go of the need to control outcomes, you become more adaptable, more willing to grow through whatever life brings. This adaptability is a hallmark of strength. Others will notice your resilience and be inspired by it. You'll find that letting go often leads to gaining more peace, more clarity, and more meaningful relationships. One of the most profound aspects of Stoic detachment is the calm it brings. When you're no longer entangled in the emotional turbulence of needing to be wanted or missed, you gain a sense of balance. This calm is powerful. It's a reminder to others that you don't need to prove your worth through noise or drama. Instead, you embody a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. Detachment also creates space for others to grow. When you let go of the need to manage how others feel or act, you allow them the freedom to be themselves. This doesn't mean you tolerate harmful behavior. It means you stop trying to control what's beyond your influence. By doing so, you encourage mutual respect and authenticity. People appreciate the absence of pressure and are more likely to reciprocate with genuine connection. In relationships, detachment deepens trust. When you're not constantly seeking reassurance or trying to dictate the terms of a connection, you show that you trust the bond to stand on its own. This trust is liberating for both you and the other person. It removes the weight of expectations, allowing the relationship to flourish naturally. Detachment isn't about pulling away. It's about creating space for something real to grow. Letting go also strengthens your ability to weather loss. Life is unpredictable, and people may leave, not because you've done something wrong, but because of circumstances beyond your control. Detachment helps you navigate these moments with grace. Instead of clinging to what's slipping away, you accept it with the understanding that nothing truly valuable can be taken from you. This perspective doesn't make loss painless, but it gives you the resilience to move forward. The practice of detachment also enhances your ability to give freely. When you're not tied to the outcome of your actions, your kindness, love, and support become unconditional. This kind of generosity is rare and deeply impactful. It shows others that your presence in their lives isn't transactional, it's genuine. Paradoxically, the more you give without expectation, the more likely people are to appreciate and cherish what you offer. Detachment is a form of liberation. It frees you from the weight of needing to be everything for everyone. It allows you to step back when necessary, to prioritize your own well-being without guilt. This balance of self-care and connection makes you a source of stability and inspiration for others. People are drawn to those who can both stand alone and stand with others when needed. At its core, detachment is about trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the relationships you've built, and trust in the flow of life. When you let go, you're not giving up. You're stepping into a deeper sense of faith that everything will unfold as it should. This trust is empowering. It gives you the courage to take risks, to love without fear, and to live fully in the present. Through detachment, you discover the strength to let others miss you. You're no longer trying to force their attention or affection. Instead, you allow them the freedom to realize your value on their own. This realization is far more powerful than anything you could try to impose. It's authentic, lasting, and rooted in genuine appreciation. Letting go is an act of self-respect, an acknowledgement that your peace and worth are non-negotiable. It's a quiet declaration that you are enough, just as you are. And when others see this truth reflected in your actions, they'll not only miss you, but admire the strength and wisdom that detachment brings. Detachment teaches the power of letting go, but true connection requires intentionality. The secret lies not in how often you're present, but in how deeply your presence resonates. Time is fleeting, but its quality can leave a lasting impression. The moments we share are like rare gems. Their value isn't measured by how many we have, but by how unforgettable they are. When every interaction is infused with meaning, your presence becomes something people treasure. even in your absence. This is the essence of making every moment together memorable. Creating meaningful experiences begins with presence, not just physically, but emotionally. Too often, people are in the same room but miles apart, distracted by thoughts, devices, or superficial exchanges. True presence means being fully engaged, listening deeply, responding thoughtfully, and giving your undivided attention. This focus creates a connection that feels rare and special, leaving an impact far greater than a dozen shallow encounters. Memorable moments are rooted in authenticity. When you bring your true self to every interaction, it encourages others to do the same. Authenticity doesn't mean oversharing or wearing every emotion on your sleeve. It means showing up with honesty, vulnerability, and integrity. This authenticity fosters trust, the foundation of any meaningful connection. People remember how you made them feel, and nothing resonates more than the warmth of sincerity. Depth in relationships comes from intentionality. Casual conversations can be enjoyable, but meaningful discussions linger in the mind. Asking thoughtful questions, sharing experiences, and exploring ideas create bonds that go beyond the surface. When you show genuine interest in someone's story, dreams, or struggles, you give them a sense of significance that's hard to forget. This investment in meaningful exchanges transforms fleeting interactions into cherished memories. Moments of shared laughter are among the most enduring. Humor breaks down barriers, lightens burdens, and creates a sense of ease between people. Shared laughter isn't just about telling jokes. It's about finding joy together, whether in small, unexpected moments or grand adventures. These bursts of lightheartedness become touchstones in the fabric of a relationship, recalled fondly long after the moment has passed. Attention to detail also elevates shared experiences. Small gestures, remembering someone's preferences, noticing their moods, or offering a kind word can have an outsized impact. These actions signal care and attentiveness, creating a ripple effect that deepens connection. When people feel seen and valued, they're more likely to treasure the time spent with you. Quality moments often require stepping away from routine. Familiarity can dull even the strongest relationships, making time together feel unremarkable. Breaking the monotony with fresh experiences, even small ones, reignites curiosity and appreciation. A walk in a new place, trying something new together, or revisiting a shared favorite activity can create vivid memories that stand out in a sea of sameness. Listening, truly listening, is another cornerstone of memorable moments. It's one thing to hear someone, it's another to understand them. Listening with empathy and without judgment makes people feel valued and safe. It's a rare gift in a world where many conversations are rushed or transactional. This kind of listening creates bonds that endure as the person on the other side feels seen, heard, and understood. Creating memories isn't just about what happens in the moment. It's about the emotions those moments evoke. A conversation, a shared activity, or even a quiet moment together can become unforgettable when it carries a sense of meaning. These emotions, whether they're joy, comfort, or even shared sadness, anchor the experience in the heart. People may forget the exact details of what was said or done, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. The balance between giving and receiving also plays a role in making moments memorable. When both parties bring their energy, interest, and care to an interaction, it creates a sense of equality and mutual respect. One-sided interactions, where one person dominates or takes the other for granted, rarely leave a positive impact. Moments that are co-created, where both people contribute and share, are far more likely to be remembered and cherished. Time itself is a critical element. Memorable moments don't have to be long to be meaningful, but they must feel unrushed. When you're with someone, creating a sense of spaciousness where neither of you feels hurried or distracted allows the connection to deepen. This kind of time is a rare commodity, and its scarcity makes it all the more precious. The act of reflection can also amplify the significance of a moment. Taking time afterward to acknowledge and appreciate what was shared reinforces its value. A simple message, a heartfelt thank you, or even a quiet personal reflection can solidify the memory. This practice not only deepens the bond, but also helps you become more intentional in future interactions. Memorable connections often involve shared vulnerability. When two people open up to one another, revealing their fears, hopes, or struggles, it creates a level of intimacy that's hard to replicate. This vulnerability isn't about oversharing, but about finding moments of mutual understanding and support. These exchanges form a foundation of trust that strengthens over time. The physical environment can also enhance the quality of a moment. While the bond between people is the most important factor, the setting can add layers of meaning. A sunrise, a cozy corner of a cafe, or even a bustling city street can become part of the memory, anchoring the emotions of the moment to a specific place. Being intentional about the environment shows thoughtfulness and can elevate the experience. Kindness is a thread that weaves itself through every meaningful interaction. Acts of kindness, whether it's offering support, sharing a smile, or simply being patient, leave a lasting impression. These small acts often carry more weight than grand gestures, as they reflect genuine care and attention. People don't forget kindness. It stays with them, shaping their perception of you and the moments you've shared. Humility also enhances the quality of moments. Approaching interactions with an open heart and a willingness to learn from others fosters connection. Humility allows you to focus on the other person rather than your own ego, creating a space where mutual respect can thrive. This openness makes people feel valued and appreciated, deepening the impact of your presence. Celebrating the uniqueness of the other person adds depth to shared experiences. Everyone wants to feel special, to know that they're seen for who they truly are. By acknowledging their individuality, whether through a thoughtful comment, a personal gesture, or simply appreciating their perspective, you create a connection that feels tailored and meaningful. These tailored moments are the ones people hold on to, remembering how valued they felt in your presence. Gratitude amplifies the quality of every interaction. Expressing gratitude, whether silently or aloud, shifts your focus to the positive aspects of the time spent together. Gratitude deepens your own appreciation for the moment and signals to the other person that their presence matters to you. This acknowledgement turns ordinary interactions into meaningful exchanges that resonate long after the moment ends. Forgiveness, while not always immediate, can also transform moments. Letting go of past misunderstandings or grudges creates space for genuine connection. It allows you to move forward with an open heart, unburdened by negativity. Forgiveness isn't just a gift to the other person, it's a way of freeing yourself to fully enjoy the present moment. Shared growth is another key to creating lasting memories. When you embark on a journey of learning, discovery, or self-improvement with someone else, it strengthens your bond. These shared milestones, whether they're big or small, become markers in your relationship, reminders of the ways you've grown together. Growth doesn't have to be dramatic. Even learning something new about one another can create a sense of progression and depth. Leaving space for silence within a moment can make it more profound. Silence doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It can be a shared understanding, a mutual pause to reflect, or simply be. In these quiet moments, connection deepens in ways that words cannot capture. They become the invisible thread that ties the memory together, lingering long after the moment has passed. Quality over quantity isn't just a principle, it's a way of life. When you choose to prioritize meaning, depth, and intention in every interaction, you create a presence that others will always treasure. In these moments, you remind people of the value of connection, making your time together something they carry with them forever. Creating memorable moments is about meaningful depth, but true intrigue lies in what remains unsaid. There's an undeniable allure to mystery, a pull that makes people lean in closer, wanting to know more. When you don't lay everything bare, you invite curiosity, engagement, and fascination. The art of mystery isn't about withholding for the sake of it. It's about revealing just enough to spark interest, leaving space for others to wonder. Restraint, when used wisely, becomes your most captivating quality. It's not about being secretive. It's about the balance between openness and the unknown that draws people in. Mystery begins with understanding the value of restraint. Oversharing dilutes your essence, leaving little for others to discover. By choosing what to share and what to hold back, you maintain control over how you are perceived. This restraint is not manipulation, it is a form of self-respect. It shows that you are confident enough not to seek validation through constant disclosure. The less you say, the more weight your words carry, and the more attention people pay when you speak. The intrigue of mystery lies in its ability to evoke curiosity. Curiosity is one of the strongest human emotions, driving people to seek, explore, and connect. When you present layers of yourself instead of revealing everything all at once, you create an emotional puzzle others feel compelled to solve. This doesn't mean creating artificial barriers. It means embracing your complexity and revealing it slowly, allowing people the time and space to truly understand you. Mystery is closely tied to the art of non-reaction. When you don't respond to every situation with overt emotion, you create an aura of calm and control. This composure sets you apart in a world where many people are quick to react impulsively. Others are left wondering about the thoughts and emotions behind your quiet demeanor, which naturally piques their interest. Non-reaction is not indifference. It is the deliberate choice to act thoughtfully rather than react reflexively. Stoic restraint teaches the importance of timing. Revealing too much too soon can undermine the connection you're trying to build. When you allow moments to unfold naturally, revealing pieces of yourself at the right time, you create a sense of anticipation. Anticipation makes every interaction feel significant, as others eagerly await what you'll share next. This sense of pacing keeps relationships dynamic and engaging. Mystery also involves maintaining a certain unpredictability. When your actions and responses are entirely predictable, others may lose interest. By embracing change and showing different facets of yourself, you keep relationships fresh and exciting. This unpredictability isn't about being erratic. It's about being authentic, allowing your growth and evolution to shine through naturally. Silence is one of mystery's greatest allies. Silence creates space for others to wonder, interpret, and engage. When you don't rush to fill every gap in conversation, you allow others to reflect on what's been said and what remains unsaid. These pauses add depth and significance to your interactions, making people appreciate the moments of quiet connection as much as the words exchanged. The magnetism of mystery is amplified by self-possession. People are naturally drawn to those who are at ease with themselves, who don't feel the need to overshare or prove anything. This self-possession is a form of quiet confidence, a subtle yet powerful signal that you know your worth. It invites others to approach you with curiosity rather than assumption, setting the stage for deeper and more meaningful interactions. Maintaining mystery doesn't mean building walls. It means setting boundaries with grace. Boundaries signal self-respect and invite others to respect you in turn. They show that you are thoughtful about what you give and intentional about what you share. These boundaries are not limitations, but invitations for others to approach with care, curiosity, and appreciation. Mystery also plays a role in how you share your passions and interests. Instead of listing everything you love or do, share your experiences through stories, leaving space for others to ask questions or relate. This approach not only makes your interests more engaging, but also fosters a sense of connection as others seek to understand what drives and inspires you. Your passions become a window into your soul, revealed gradually and meaningfully. The power of mystery is rooted in self-discipline. It requires resisting the urge to seek approval or attention through overexposure. This discipline is a reflection of your inner strength, a quiet assertion that you don't need to give everything away to be seen. This kind of restraint not only draws people in, but also sets a standard for the depth and quality of your connections. Mystery thrives in moments of shared curiosity. When you're genuinely interested in others, asking thoughtful questions and listening attentively, you create a sense of mutual intrigue. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel interesting and valued. By focusing on the other person's story rather than dominating the conversation with your own, you deepen the connection while maintaining your own mystique. One of the most powerful aspects of mystery is its ability to evoke emotion. When people are intrigued by you, they feel a range of emotions: curiosity, admiration, even a touch of longing. These emotions create a sense of depth in the relationship, making your presence more impactful. By leaving certain things unsaid, you allow space for these emotions to develop, creating a connection that lingers long after the interaction ends. Mystery is also a form of generosity. It gives others the gift of discovery, the joy of peeling back layers and uncovering something new. This process of discovery fosters a deeper appreciation for who you are because it feels earned rather than given. When you allow people to explore your depths at their own pace, the connection becomes more meaningful and lasting. The balance of mystery and openness requires careful attention. Too much mystery can create distance, while too little can diminish intrigue. Striking this balance means being intentional about what you share and when, ensuring that your interactions are both engaging and authentic. This balance keeps relationships dynamic, as there's always more to learn, appreciate, and discover. Mystery is timeless. It doesn't rely on trends or external validation. It is rooted in the essence of who you are. When you embrace mystery as part of your identity, you create an aura that transcends fleeting moments. You become someone whose presence is felt long after you've left the room, someone who inspires curiosity and admiration simply by being true to themselves. Restraint, curiosity, and authenticity form the foundation of mystery. By practicing these principles, you cultivate a presence that is as compelling as it is genuine. The magnetism of mystery is not about hiding who you are. It's about revealing yourself with intention and grace, creating connections that are as deep as they are enduring. Mystery draws people in, but what sustains their admiration is something deeper: emotional independence. True attraction doesn't stem from how much you can give to others. It comes from the strength you cultivate within yourself. When you build a life that feels complete, fulfilling, and rooted in self-respect, you radiate a quiet confidence that naturally pulls people toward you. Emotional independence is not about isolation. It's about becoming so secure within yourself that your relationships flourish because they're built on choice, not need. Emotional independence begins with self-awareness. Knowing who you are and what you value lays the foundation for a life that isn't dictated by external circumstances. Too often, people seek validation or happiness from others, hoping to fill internal gaps. This approach not only puts unnecessary pressure on relationships, but also creates a cycle of dependency. By turning inward and understanding your own emotions, you take responsibility for your well-being. This accountability shows others that you don't expect them to carry the weight of your happiness, making your presence lighter and more uplifting. Self-reliance is a hallmark of emotional independence. It's not about rejecting help or connection, but about knowing that you are capable of handling your challenges. This inner strength doesn't make you closed off. It makes you resilient. When people see that you can weather storms without falling apart, they're drawn to your stability. Resilience inspires trust, creating relationships based on mutual respect rather than obligation. Others see your strength and feel safe in your presence because they know you won't crumble under pressure. Emotional independence also means setting boundaries with clarity and kindness. Boundaries are not barriers. They are acts of self-respect that teach others how to treat you. When you communicate your needs without guilt or aggression, you establish a balance that benefits both parties. This confidence in your boundaries demonstrates that you value yourself, and it encourages others to value you in return. People are drawn to those who respect themselves because it signals emotional maturity and reliability. A life of emotional independence is rich with purpose. When you cultivate passions, hobbies, and goals that bring you fulfillment, you create a world that doesn't revolve around others. This isn't about being self-centered, it's about being whole. People are naturally attracted to those who have their own sense of direction, who pursue their interests with enthusiasm. Your independence becomes an invitation for others to share in your world, not as a necessity but as a privilege. The ability to handle criticism with grace is another facet of emotional independence. When you are secure in yourself, you don't let others' opinions define your worth. Constructive feedback becomes an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. This maturity in handling criticism shows others that you're open to improvement, but not swayed by negativity. Your calm response to external judgment makes you stand out in a world where many are quick to react defensively. Emotional independence is deeply rooted in self-acceptance. When you embrace your flaws and strengths equally, you free yourself from the need to seek constant approval. This authenticity is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin because it encourages them to embrace their own imperfections. Your self-acceptance creates an atmosphere of trust and openness, making connections more genuine and lasting. Independence doesn't mean you don't care about others. It means you care from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. When you don't need someone to complete you, your love and support feel lighter, freer, and more genuine. This freedom creates a dynamic where relationships thrive because they are based on shared values and mutual growth rather than dependency. Your presence becomes a source of encouragement and positivity, drawing people closer. Financial independence plays a subtle but significant role in emotional independence. When you're in control of your resources, you make decisions based on choice rather than necessity. This autonomy allows you to approach relationships with clarity, free from the complications that financial dependence can create. It also signals responsibility and self-sufficiency, qualities that naturally attract admiration and respect. The practice of self-reflection is vital to emotional independence. Taking time to evaluate your emotions, decisions, and patterns helps you stay grounded. Self-reflection allows you to understand your triggers and address them without projecting them onto others. This self-awareness creates a sense of stability that others find reassuring. They see you as someone who takes responsibility for their emotional health, which sets the tone for balanced and healthy relationships. Letting go of the need for constant reassurance is another key aspect. Emotional independence means finding confidence in your actions and choices without relying on external validation. This doesn't mean you don't value others' opinions. It means you don't depend on them to feel secure. When people see that you trust yourself, they're more likely to trust you. Your self-assurance creates a ripple effect, inspiring confidence in those around you. The ability to enjoy solitude is a defining trait of emotional independence. When you're comfortable being alone, it shows that you value your own company. This self-contentment is deeply attractive because it demonstrates that your happiness isn't contingent on others. Solitude allows you to recharge, reflect, and grow, making your interactions with others more meaningful and intentional. People are drawn to those who don't cling, but instead offer their presence as a gift. Emotional independence also involves embracing change with resilience. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adapt without losing your sense of self is a powerful quality. When you approach change with curiosity and strength, you show others that you're not easily shaken. This adaptability makes you a source of stability, even in uncertain times. People are naturally drawn to those who can navigate challenges with grace and optimism. Authenticity is the core of emotional independence. When you align your actions with your values, you create a life that feels genuine and fulfilling. This authenticity attracts people who appreciate and respect you for who you are, not for who you try to be. Living authentically removes the pressure to conform, allowing your true self to shine through in every interaction. Others are inspired by your courage to be yourself, and this inspiration deepens their connection to you. Emotional independence also fosters forgiveness. When you're secure in yourself, you can let go of grudges and resentment more easily. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. It means freeing yourself from the burden of anger. This emotional freedom creates space for healthier relationships and personal growth. People notice this sense of peace and are drawn to your ability to move forward without bitterness. Gratitude is a powerful practice that strengthens emotional independence. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a mindset of abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you find joy in the present rather than chasing it through external means. This contentment is deeply attractive because it radiates positivity and encourages others to adopt a similar outlook. Independence in emotions also means embracing your passions wholeheartedly. Pursuing what lights you up without hesitation shows others that you value your dreams and aspirations. This passion is infectious. When people see you living with purpose and enthusiasm, they're inspired to do the same. Your energy becomes a magnet, drawing others who share your zest for life. Emotional independence is about being intentional in your relationships. It's about choosing connections that align with your values and enrich your life rather than clinging to those that drain you. This discernment creates space for meaningful relationships to flourish, while letting go of those that no longer serve you. People are naturally drawn to those who value their own time and energy because it signals a deep respect for oneself and others. Building emotional independence is not about building walls. It's about creating a strong foundation that allows you to thrive. This strength becomes a beacon, attracting others who admire and respect the life you've built. As you grow more secure within yourself, you'll find that your connections become richer, your presence more impactful, and your life more fulfilling. Emotional independence gives you the strength to stand tall on your own, but But true mastery of connection lies in understanding when to step back. Strategic withdrawal is not about abandonment or avoidance. It is a deliberate act of creating space for growth, reflection, and renewed appreciation. Stepping back at the right time can shift dynamics, bring clarity, and allow others to recognize what your presence truly means. This quiet act of self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools for deepening relationships and commanding respect without ever needing to demand it. Strategic withdrawal begins with recognizing when to step back. Relationships, no matter how strong, thrive on balance. Too much presence can lead to complacency, while too little may create distance. The art lies in sensing when the rhythm is off, when your efforts are no longer met with the same energy, or when the connection feels heavy rather than fulfilling. By choosing to withdraw with purpose, you restore equilibrium and give both yourself and the other person the chance to recalibrate. When you step back, you create space for reflection. This time apart allows both parties to assess the dynamic without the noise of constant interaction. For the other person, it's a moment to miss your presence, to recognize the void left by your absence. For you, it's a chance to evaluate whether the relationship aligns with your values and emotional well-being. This mutual introspection strengthens the foundation of the connection, making it more intentional and less reactive. Withdrawal is not a punishment, it's a reset. Often when people feel undervalued or misunderstood, their instinct is to push harder, to overcompensate in hopes of reigniting the connection. But this approach can backfire, leading to frustration or resentment. Strategic withdrawal, on the other hand, communicates confidence. It says, "I value this relationship, but I also value myself." This quiet assertion of self-respect often inspires others to reevaluate their own actions and priorities. Timing is critical in strategic withdrawal. Stepping back too soon or for too long can disrupt the balance you're trying to achieve. The key is to withdraw when your absence will have the most impact, when the other person is still invested but may have started taking your presence for granted. This timing ensures that your withdrawal is felt deeply without causing unnecessary distance. It's a way of creating space for appreciation rather than indifference. Strategic withdrawal also reinforces your boundaries. It's a way of protecting your energy when you feel it's being drained or undervalued. By stepping back, you're reminding both yourself and others that your time and presence are not to be taken lightly. This act of self-respect encourages others to approach you with greater consideration and thoughtfulness. The effectiveness of withdrawal lies in its subtlety. It's not about making a dramatic exit or announcing your intentions. It's about quietly creating space in a way that feels natural. Whether it's reducing the frequency of communication, stepping away from certain conversations, or simply taking time for yourself, the act should be graceful and understated. This subtlety ensures that your withdrawal is seen as a thoughtful choice rather than a reactive decision. One of the most profound benefits of stepping back is the clarity it brings. When you're constantly immersed in a situation, it's easy to lose perspective. Withdrawal allows you to see the bigger picture, to understand the dynamics at play, and to determine what truly matters. This clarity not only benefits you, but also enhances the way you approach the relationship moving forward. Stepping back also creates an opportunity for growth. For the other person, your absence can be a moment of self-discovery, a chance to take responsibility for their own actions and emotions. For you, it's a time to focus on your own growth, to invest in your passions, and to reconnect with your inner self. This mutual growth strengthens the relationship by bringing renewed energy and perspective to the connection. Strategic withdrawal encourages appreciation. When you're always present, It's easy for others to take your contributions for granted. By stepping back, you remind them of what you bring to the table. This absence is not about creating guilt, but about fostering gratitude. It's a way of showing that your presence is a privilege, not a given. The art of withdrawal is deeply rooted in trust. It requires faith in the strength of the relationship and in your own value. This trust allows you to step back without fear, knowing that meaningful connections will endure. It also communicates confidence to the other person, reassuring them that your withdrawal is an act of respect rather than rejection. Self-discipline is essential in strategic withdrawal. The urge to check in, to seek reassurance, or to return too quickly can undermine the process. By exercising patience and restraint, you give the other person the space they need to reflect and respond. This discipline shows that you're committed to the process, reinforcing the significance of your actions. Withdrawal also highlights the power of quality over quantity. It's not about how often you're present, but about the impact of your presence. When you step back, the moments you do share become more meaningful, more intentional. This shift from quantity to quality enriches the relationship, making each interaction more significant and memorable. In relationships where conflict arises, withdrawal can be a way to diffuse tension. Stepping back during heated moments allows emotions to settle and prevents reactive decisions. This pause creates space for thoughtful communication, making it easier to resolve issues without escalating them. Withdrawal, in this context, is not avoidance, but a strategic way to approach conflict with clarity and calm. Strategic withdrawal also strengthens emotional independence. By stepping back, you reinforce your ability to stand on your own, to find fulfillment outside of the relationship. This independence doesn't weaken the connection, it strengthens it by creating a dynamic of mutual respect and autonomy. Others are drawn to this sense of self-sufficiency as it signals confidence and stability. The impact of withdrawal is often amplified by its contrast to your presence. When you return, you bring fresh energy, perspective, and intention to the relationship. This renewal creates a sense of excitement and appreciation, making the connection feel stronger and more vibrant. The balance of withdrawal and return becomes a rhythm that sustains and deepens the relationship over time. Ultimately, strategic withdrawal is an act of self-care. It's a way of honoring your own needs while fostering healthier, more balanced connections. By stepping back with purpose, you create space for reflection, growth, and renewed appreciation. This intentional act transforms relationships, making them stronger, more meaningful, and more fulfilling. Strategic withdrawal allows relationships to breathe, but equally vital is mastering the art of presence, being there without overwhelming. The balance between being attentive and giving space is delicate, yet when achieved, it creates connections that thrive on mutual respect and understanding. This is not about occupying every moment or controlling the narrative. It's about showing up in ways that add value without overshadowing. Being present without being overbearing is a Stoic practice that fosters harmony, builds trust, and allows relationships to flourish naturally. Presence begins with self-awareness. Knowing how you come across, how your actions affect others, and how much energy you bring into a space is the first step. Some people, out of good intentions, overextend themselves, offering constant help, advice, or attention. While these efforts often stem from care, they can inadvertently overwhelm others. True presence means understanding when to step forward and when to pull back, creating an environment where others feel seen but not suffocated. Attentive listening is a cornerstone of balanced presence. Often, The desire to be helpful or relatable leads people to interject with their own experiences or solutions. While sharing can be meaningful, listening without interruption is far more impactful. When you give someone your full attention without steering the conversation back to yourself, you create a space where they feel valued and respected. This kind of presence speaks louder than any words of advice or comfort. Empathy enhances presence while preventing it from becoming overbearing. Empathy isn't just about understanding someone's feelings, it's about respecting their need for independence. Sometimes the best way to show you care is by allowing someone the space to process their emotions or experiences without immediately trying to fix or change them. This restraint shows that you trust their ability to navigate their journey, which is a gift of respect and validation. Setting boundaries for yourself is as important as respecting those of others. Being present doesn't mean sacrificing your own needs or overcommitting to someone else's. Stoic balance teaches that you can care deeply without losing yourself in the process. By setting clear limits, you model healthy behavior and show others that mutual respect is essential in any relationship. Being present also involves timing. Showing up when someone genuinely needs support, rather than always being there uninvited, ensures that your presence is meaningful. This attentiveness to timing allows you to contribute without overshadowing, offering your presence as a source of strength rather than a constant reminder. When people feel your support in moments of need, rather than as a persistent presence, they appreciate it more deeply. The way you communicate also plays a role in striking this balance, expressing yourself with clarity and purpose, rather than dominating conversations or offering unsolicited advice, creates a sense of mutual respect. People often feel overpowered when they sense that someone is trying to control the conversation or push a specific narrative. Speaking thoughtfully and leaving room for others to share ensures that your presence feels collaborative rather than directive. Patience is another vital element. In your eagerness to help or connect, it's easy to rush others into conversations or decisions. However, allowing people to open up at their own pace fosters trust. Patience shows that your presence is not contingent on immediate results, that you're willing to meet them where they are without forcing the situation to unfold on your terms. Authenticity anchors balanced presence. People feel overpowered when they sense insincerity or a hidden agenda. Showing up as your true self, without pretense or manipulation, creates a foundation of trust. Authentic presence means being fully engaged and genuine, free from the need to impress or control. This openness invites others to be themselves, strengthening the connection. Non-verbal cues often carry more weight than words. The way you use eye contact, body language, and gestures can either create comfort or add pressure. Maintaining a relaxed posture, offering a warm but not overly intense gaze, and respecting physical boundaries can make your presence feel welcoming rather than imposing. Nonverbal communication allows you to connect deeply without overwhelming the other person. Flexibility is key in adapting your presence to different situations. Some moments call for quiet support, while others may require active engagement. Being attuned to the needs of the moment ensures that your presence feels appropriate and valuable. This adaptability shows emotional intelligence, as it demonstrates your ability to adjust without losing your sense of self. Self-restraint is a defining characteristic of balanced presence. Resisting the urge to dominate the narrative or solve every problem reflects a deep understanding of the Stoic principle of control. You can't, and shouldn't, control how others feel or what they choose to do. Offering your support without attaching expectations or outcomes creates an environment of trust and freedom where others feel empowered rather than pressured. Presence also involves showing consistency. Being there when you say you will, following through on commitments, and offering steady support build a sense of reliability. However, consistency doesn't mean constant availability. It means being dependable in meaningful ways, which allows others to trust in the value of your presence without feeling overwhelmed by it. Respect for autonomy is central to balanced presence. Everyone needs the space to make their own decisions and learn from their experiences. When you overstep by trying to guide or influence every choice, you risk diminishing the other person's sense of independence. Allowing them to navigate their path while offering quiet support fosters both mutual respect and deeper connection. Gratitude enhances the impact of your presence. Expressing appreciation for the time and energy others share with you signals that you don't take their attention for granted. This gratitude creates a positive feedback loop, making interactions feel reciprocal rather than one-sided. When people sense that their contributions are valued, they are more likely to seek out your presence. Balancing presence also involves cultivating your own life. When you bring richness from your own experiences, interests, and growth, your presence feels like a gift rather than a demand. Sharing your journey and passions without overshadowing the other person creates a dynamic of mutual enrichment. This balance ensures that your presence enhances the connection rather than consuming it. Silence, used thoughtfully, is a powerful aspect of balanced presence. Sometimes, simply being there without words creates the most profound connection. Whether it's sitting quietly together or giving someone space to think, silence can convey understanding and support in a way that words cannot. This quiet presence often leaves the deepest impression because it shows that you're comfortable with stillness and don't need to fill every moment with action or speech. Balanced presence is ultimately about respect. Respect for yourself, for others, and for the dynamics of the relationship. It's about knowing when to step forward and when to step back, when to speak and when to listen. This balance creates harmony, allowing relationships to flourish without strain. It's a practice of mindfulness and intention, rooted in the Stoic understanding that true connection thrives on freedom and mutual appreciation. Mastering presence requires balance, but sometimes the most impactful move is absence. Stepping back with intention is a statement of value, an act of trust that says what you bring to the table will be appreciated even more in your absence. This is not about withholding as a manipulation, but about recognizing the power of delayed gratification. When something is not immediately accessible, its worth becomes clearer, and anticipation builds in ways that deepen appreciation. Delayed gratification, rooted in Stoic philosophy, transforms absence into a tool for creating undeniable value. Absence is a form of discipline. It requires resisting the urge to always be present or available, trusting instead in the strength of what has already been built. This discipline reflects confidence in yourself and your relationships. When you step back, you allow others to experience the void your absence creates, encouraging them to reflect on what they value about your presence. This quiet act of restraint speaks volumes, showing that you understand the importance of patience and timing. Creating value through absence starts with the principle of scarcity. What is always available is often taken for granted, while what is rare is treasured. By stepping back occasionally, you signal that your time and attention are valuable. This doesn't mean withholding affection or support, but rather being intentional about when and how you engage. This scarcity doesn't diminish your presence, it enhances it, making every interaction feel more meaningful. Delayed gratification teaches the importance of pacing. In relationships, overwhelming others with constant presence can lead to fatigue or complacency. By creating moments of absence, you give space for appreciation to grow. This pacing ensures that connections remain dynamic and engaging, as each interaction feels fresh and intentional. It also creates a rhythm that allows relationships to breathe, preventing them from becoming stagnant or predictable. Absence also provides clarity. When you step away, it becomes easier for others to see the value you bring. This clarity is not about creating guilt, but about fostering awareness. It gives both you and the other person the opportunity to reflect on the connection, to understand what is truly important, and to identify areas for growth. This space for reflection strengthens the foundation of the relationship, ensuring it is built on mutual respect and understanding. Patience is at the heart of delayed gratification. It's the ability to hold back, to trust in the process, and to wait for the right moment. This patience demonstrates self-control and emotional maturity. When you practice delayed gratification, you're showing that you don't need immediate results to feel secure. This calm confidence is deeply attractive because it conveys strength and stability, qualities that draw people in naturally. Absence creates space for anticipation. When something is not immediately accessible, it builds a sense of longing and curiosity. This anticipation adds depth and excitement to relationships, as people begin to look forward to the moments when you are present. Anticipation, when cultivated thoughtfully, transforms absence into a powerful tool for connection, making each reunion or interaction more meaningful and memorable. Value through absence also comes from the opportunity it creates for personal growth. When you step back, you allow both yourself and others to focus on individual pursuits, goals, and self-discovery. This growth enriches the relationship by bringing fresh energy, perspectives, and experiences into the connection. Absence is not about creating distance, it's about allowing space for each person to become more complete. Trust is essential in leveraging absence effectively. It requires faith in the strength of the relationship and in your own worth. Trusting that your absence will be felt and appreciated allows you to step back without fear or insecurity. This trust creates a dynamic of mutual respect, where both parties recognize the value of the connection without needing constant reminders or reassurances. Delayed gratification also fosters resilience. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, the ability to wait and trust in the long-term benefits of your choices sets you apart. This resilience strengthens your sense of self and communicates to others that you're not driven by impatience or desperation. Instead, you approach life and relationships with thoughtfulness and intention, creating a presence that others deeply respect and admire. Absence highlights the importance of quality over quantity. When you're not always present, the moments you do share become more impactful. This shift from constant availability to intentional presence ensures that every interaction carries weight and meaning. It's not about how often you're there, but about the depth and significance of the time you spend together. This focus on quality transforms relationships, making them richer and more fulfilling. The philosophy of delayed gratification also teaches the value of restraint. It's easy to give in to the desire to be constantly involved, to fill every gap with your presence. But true strength lies in knowing when to hold back, when to let silence and space do the work for you. This restraint is not about withholding love or support, but about understanding that less can often be more. It's a practice of trust, patience, and self-awareness. Absence, when used thoughtfully, also strengthens emotional independence. By stepping back, you reaffirm your ability to stand on your own, to find fulfillment outside of constant connection. This independence doesn't weaken relationships. It strengthens them by creating a dynamic of balance and mutual respect. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate self-sufficiency, as it signals confidence and stability. Creating value through absence also requires self-awareness. It's about knowing when your presence is most needed and when stepping back will have the greatest impact. This awareness ensures that your actions are intentional, guided by an understanding of what the relationship needs to thrive. By being mindful of when and how you withdraw, you create a rhythm that keeps connections vibrant and meaningful. Absence can also be a tool for renewal. When you step back, you give yourself the chance to recharge, reflect, and grow. This renewal brings fresh energy and perspective into your interactions, making your presence even more impactful when you return. It's not about abandoning the relationship, but about ensuring that you bring your best self to the connection, enhancing its depth and quality. Through absence, you also foster gratitude. When people have time to reflect on what you bring to their lives, they're more likely to appreciate it. This gratitude deepens the connection, creating a sense of mutual respect and understanding. It's not about creating dependence, but about reminding both yourself and others of the value of the bond you share. Ultimately, creating value through absence is about balance. It's about knowing when to step forward and when to step back, when to engage and when to let go. This balance ensures that your presence is felt not just in the moments you're there, but also in the spaces in between. It's a practice of patience, trust, and intention, rooted in the understanding that sometimes the most powerful way to connect is by stepping back and allowing space for appreciation to grow. Absence creates value, but silence speaks volumes in ways words cannot. Some of the deepest connections aren't formed through elaborate conversations, but through the quiet understanding that exists between two people. The power of silent communication lies in its subtlety, its ability to transcend words and speak directly to the heart. It's a language of presence, intention, and mutual understanding. Learning to communicate depth without words allows you to forge connections that feel timeless, unshakable, and profoundly genuine. The foundation of silent connection is presence. Being truly present without distraction sends a powerful message of care and attentiveness. When you're fully engaged in the moment, even without speaking, your energy conveys that the other person matters to you. This kind of presence creates a calm, grounded space where trust and comfort naturally thrive. Silence doesn't mean disconnection. It means listening with your entire being, making space for the unspoken to emerge. Nonverbal communication is a key element of silent connection. A glance, a touch, or even the way you hold yourself can convey more emotion than words ever could. Body language becomes the unspoken dialogue, expressing reassurance, understanding, or solidarity. Maintaining open, relaxed posture and gentle eye contact communicates that you're fully present and approachable, making the other person feel at ease. Shared silence holds immense power. Being comfortable in someone's presence without needing to fill every moment with conversation creates a sense of intimacy. This kind of silence doesn't feel empty. It feels rich and meaningful. It's the quiet moment of sitting side by side, each lost in thought, but deeply connected through the unspoken bond. These moments solidify relationships by proving that connection doesn't always require words. Intention shapes silent communication. Every action, no matter how small, carries meaning when it's done with care. Handing someone a cup of tea, offering a supportive glance, or simply being there in a moment of need speaks volumes. Intention behind your actions ensures that your silence feels thoughtful rather than distant. It shows that your presence is purposeful and your attention genuine. Silent connection thrives on understanding. When you truly know someone, what comforts them, what excites them, and what they need most. You can offer them the support they crave without having to ask. Anticipating their needs, or simply being there when they need it most, creates a bond that transcends words. This quiet understanding shows that you've been paying attention, that you value them deeply, and that your connection is built on more than surface-level interaction. Empathy is another vital component. Feeling what someone else feels, even without them having to explain, fosters a connection rooted in compassion. Empathy allows you to sense the unspoken, to understand their emotions through their expressions, tone, and energy. This awareness deepens the bond because it shows you're attuned to them on a level beyond words. Silence also creates space for others to express themselves. Sometimes people need time to sort through their thoughts and emotions before speaking. By offering them that silence, you show patience and respect. This allows conversations to flow naturally, building trust and making the other person feel safe. Silent listening is one of the most profound ways to validate someone's experience without imposing your own. The art of silent connection is also rooted in self-awareness. Knowing when to speak and when to hold back requires sensitivity and attunement to the moment. When you're in tune with your own emotions and those of the other person, you can gauge what's needed, whether it's a kind word, a gentle gesture, or simply the gift of shared quiet. This mindfulness creates a seamless flow of understanding between you and the other person. Physical touch, when appropriate, can also enhance silent connection. A comforting hand on the shoulder or a warm hug can convey reassurance and support in a way that words cannot. Touch carries a primal, emotional weight that bridges gaps and strengthens bonds. It's a non-verbal language that speaks directly to the heart, creating a sense of safety and closeness. Timing plays a crucial role in silent connection. Knowing when to offer your presence and when to step back is key. Silence at the right moment can convey respect, patience, and understanding. It allows the other person to process their emotions without feeling rushed or pressured. This kind of timing shows that you're not there to fix or change them, but to support them in their own time and way. Trust grows in the quiet moments. When someone knows they can sit with you in silence without judgment or expectation, it deepens the relationship. These moments show that the connection isn't reliant on constant validation or dialogue. It's rooted in mutual respect and acceptance. Trust built in silence becomes the foundation for more profound and lasting bonds. Silent connection also fosters self-reflection. In moments of shared quiet, both you and the other person have the space to turn inward, to reflect on your thoughts and emotions. This mutual introspection strengthens the relationship by allowing you to grow individually while still remaining connected. The silence becomes a bridge between your inner worlds, creating a sense of shared understanding. Vulnerability finds a home in silence. Sometimes it's easier to express difficult emotions or share deeply personal experiences without the pressure of a spoken response. Silent support creates a space where vulnerability feels safe and accepted. It's the unspoken agreement that you're there for each other, no matter what, and that words are not always necessary to convey love or understanding. Consistency enhances silent communication. Being there consistently, even in the quietest moments, shows that your presence is dependable. This reliability fosters security and trust, reinforcing the connection. Over time, these moments of consistent, quiet support build a deep bond that doesn't waver, even in challenging times. Silence also encourages mindfulness. When you're not focused on filling the space with words, you can fully appreciate the present moment. This mindfulness enhances your connection with the other person by allowing you to notice the subtleties of their expressions, gestures, and energy. It's a way of being fully engaged without distraction, deepening the relationship in a natural and meaningful way. Gratitude flows naturally in silent connections. Without the noise of constant conversation, you become more aware of the value of the other person's presence. This gratitude strengthens the bond, as both parties recognize the significance of simply being together. Silent moments become a reminder of the beauty of connection, unencumbered by the need for explanation or justification. In the end, the silent connection is a testament to the strength of understanding, trust, and shared presence. It's a language that transcends words, speaking directly to the soul. When you master the art of communicating without words, you create relationships that are as profound as they are enduring. Silence, when filled with intention, empathy, and care, becomes the most eloquent expression of connection. Silent connections reveal the power of presence and trust, but the deepest bonds are forged when you remain true to yourself. Authenticity is magnetic, a force that draws people closer without pretense or performance. Maintaining individuality doesn't mean distancing yourself from others. It means embracing who you are so fully that your relationships are built on respect, admiration, and genuine connection. When you are unshakably yourself, you exude a quiet confidence that captivates without effort. Individuality begins with self-awareness. To maintain your uniqueness, you must first understand what defines you, your values, passions, strengths, and even your flaws. Self-awareness helps you navigate relationships without compromising your core identity. When you know who you are, you stop seeking validation from external sources and instead create connections based on mutual respect. This clarity makes your presence compelling, as others sense the confidence that comes from true self-acceptance. Authenticity is not about being perfect, it's about being real. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin because it encourages them to do the same. Embracing your imperfections makes you relatable and human. It shows others that you're not afraid to be vulnerable, and this vulnerability fosters trust and intimacy. By staying true to yourself, you create relationships that feel natural and unforced, allowing genuine bonds to flourish. Maintaining individuality requires setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines that define what you will and won't accept in your life. By communicating your needs and limits clearly, you show others that you respect yourself. This self-respect sets the tone for how others treat you. Boundaries also prevent you from losing yourself in relationships, ensuring that your individuality remains intact. When people see that you stand firm in your values, they admire your strength and are more likely to value your presence. Pursuing your passions is another key to maintaining individuality. Your interests and pursuits are a reflection of who you are, and nurturing them adds depth to your character. Whether it's a hobby, a career, or a personal goal, investing in what lights you up makes you more vibrant and interesting. People are naturally attracted to those who live with purpose and enthusiasm because it inspires them to do the same. Your passions become a source of connection and admiration, strengthening your relationships without compromising your identity. Individuality also means embracing your quirks. The things that make you different are often the things that make you memorable. Trying to conform to someone else's expectations dilutes your uniqueness and makes connections feel shallow. When you own your quirks unapologetically, you give others permission to be themselves, creating an atmosphere of authenticity and acceptance. This courage to be different makes you stand out in a world that often values sameness. Confidence is a natural byproduct of individuality. When you embrace who you are, you project a sense of assurance that others find irresistible. Confidence is not arrogance, it's a quiet belief in your own worth. This self-assurance creates a sense of stability and reliability, qualities that draw people in. Others are more likely to respect and value you when they see that you respect and value yourself. Maintaining individuality doesn't mean refusing to compromise. It means knowing where to draw the line. Healthy relationships require give and take, but not at the expense of your core identity. Compromise becomes meaningful when it's rooted in mutual respect rather than a sacrifice of self. By staying true to yourself while remaining open to others, you create a balance that allows relationships to thrive without losing your sense of self. Living authentically also means embracing growth. Staying true to yourself doesn't mean staying the same. It means evolving in ways that align with your values and goals. Growth adds layers to your individuality, making you more dynamic and multifaceted. People are drawn to those who are constantly learning and improving because it signals vitality and resilience. By embracing change while staying rooted in your identity, you inspire others to grow alongside you. Individuality is also about self-care. Taking time to nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being reinforces the message that you value yourself. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential for maintaining the energy and clarity needed to build meaningful connections. When others see you prioritizing your well-being, they are more likely to respect your time and presence. This balance between caring for yourself and being there for others creates a dynamic of mutual respect and admiration. Maintaining individuality involves owning your choices. Every decision you make, big or small, reflects your values and priorities. When you take responsibility for your choices, you show that you're in control of your life. This ownership makes you more reliable and trustworthy, as people know they can count on you to act with integrity. Owning your decisions also strengthens your confidence, as it reinforces the belief that you are capable of navigating life on your own terms. Curiosity is a hallmark of individuality. Staying curious about the world, about others, and about yourself keeps you engaged and interesting. Curiosity signals an openness to new experiences and perspectives, qualities that make you approachable and engaging. By staying curious, you continue to grow and evolve, adding depth to your character and richness to your relationships. People are drawn to those who are genuinely interested in life because it makes every interaction feel meaningful. Resilience is another quality that enhances individuality. Life is full of challenges, but how you respond to them defines your character. By facing difficulties with strength and grace, you show others that you are capable of standing firm in your identity, even in tough times. This resilience inspires respect and admiration, as it demonstrates that you're not easily swayed by external circumstances. Resilience also reinforces your confidence, as it proves to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Maintaining individuality requires surrounding yourself with people who value and support you. Relationships should enhance your life, not diminish it. When you choose to spend time with those who respect your individuality, you create an environment where you can thrive. These connections become a source of strength and encouragement, allowing you to be fully yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. Individuality is also about embracing solitude. Taking time to be alone allows you to reconnect with yourself and recharge. Solitude is not a sign of loneliness. It's a practice of self-reflection and renewal. By spending time with yourself, you deepen your understanding of who you are and what you want. This clarity makes your interactions with others more intentional and authentic. As you approach relationships from a place of self-awareness and confidence, Your individuality is your greatest asset. It's what makes you unique, interesting, and unforgettable. By staying true to yourself, you create relationships that are built on genuine connection and mutual respect. The courage to embrace your individuality is not just a gift to yourself, it's a gift to everyone you encounter, as it inspires others to do the same. When you fully own who you are, you become a force of authenticity and attraction, leaving an indelible mark on the world around you. Your individuality sets the stage for authentic relationships, but the true essence of connection lies in the emotional memories you create. These are the moments that linger in someone's heart long after you've left the room, the quiet echoes of how you made them feel. Crafting emotional memories isn't about grand gestures. It's about meaningful presence, intentionality, and the subtle art of leaving an impression that feels both timeless and deeply personal. It's a practice of creating bonds that endure, rooted in Stoic wisdom and heartfelt understanding. Emotional memories are built on presence, being fully engaged in the moment, giving undivided attention, and showing genuine interest make interactions memorable. When you listen deeply and respond thoughtfully, you create a connection that feels significant. People remember how it felt to be truly seen and heard, and this sense of recognition becomes the foundation of lasting emotional memories. Intentionality transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Small, deliberate acts carry immense weight when they reflect care and thoughtfulness. Remembering details about someone's life, offering a word of encouragement at the right time, or celebrating their achievements shows that you value them. These intentional gestures resonate because they feel personal, turning fleeting interactions into moments that are cherished. Authenticity is the core of emotional impact. Pretending to be someone you're not creates shallow connections that fade quickly. By being true to yourself and engaging others with sincerity, you build relationships that feel real. Authentic interactions leave a deeper impression because they come from a place of honesty and vulnerability. People are drawn to those who are genuine, and the memories they form with you are imbued with trust and respect. Creating emotional memories involves understanding the other person's perspective. When you empathize with their experiences, struggles, and joys, you forge a deeper connection. Empathy allows you to tailor your actions and words in ways that feel meaningful to them. This personal touch makes your interactions unforgettable as they feel uniquely attuned to who they are. Moments of shared laughter are among the most enduring. Humor lightens the heart and creates a sense of ease between people. It fosters a bond that feels effortless and joyful, leaving behind a memory of warmth and connection. Laughter has a way of breaking down barriers and strengthening relationships, making it a powerful tool for crafting emotional memories that last. The element of surprise can also leave a lasting impression. Unexpected acts of kindness or thoughtful gestures catch people off guard in the best way possible. These surprises don't need to be elaborate. They simply need to show that you've been paying attention and that you care. Surprises become vivid memories because they create a sense of delight and appreciation that lingers. Vulnerability creates emotional depth. Sharing your own fears, hopes, or struggles invites others to do the same, fostering a bond of mutual understanding. Vulnerability isn't about oversharing. It's about creating a safe space for authentic connection. These moments of openness become touchstones in relationships, reminders of the trust and closeness you've built. Physical presence, when infused with meaning, amplifies emotional memories. The way you sit with someone in silence, offer a comforting touch, or simply show up when they need support, speaks volumes. These quiet acts of presence leave an indelible mark because they demonstrate your commitment and care without needing words. Consistency plays a crucial role in emotional memory making. Being reliable and showing up for others when it matters most builds trust. Over time, this consistency creates a narrative of your relationship, a series of moments that collectively reinforce the depth of your connection. People remember the steady presence of someone who has been there for them in both good times and bad. The practice of gratitude enhances emotional connections. Expressing gratitude for someone's presence, support, or qualities makes them feel valued. When people feel appreciated, they're more likely to remember the interaction fondly. Gratitude also creates a positive feedback loop, deepening the bond and ensuring that the memory of your relationship is one of warmth and mutual respect. Listening with empathy and patience strengthens emotional ties. When you make space for someone to share their thoughts and feelings without interruption or judgment, you create a memory of safety and understanding. This kind of listening is rare and deeply impactful, leaving a lasting impression of your presence as someone who truly cares. Crafting emotional memories also involves creating moments of shared growth. Whether it's learning something new together, overcoming a challenge, or celebrating a milestone, these shared experiences become markers in your relationship. They remind both of you of the journey you've taken together, reinforcing the bond and the meaning behind it. Silence can be just as powerful as words in creating emotional memories. Sitting with someone in quiet companionship or pausing to reflect together creates a connection that transcends conversation. These moments of shared stillness are often the most profound because they rely on a deep mutual understanding rather than the need to fill the space with words. Acts of kindness, both big and small, are the seeds of emotional memories. Whether it's offering a helping hand, lending an ear, or simply being there in a moment of need, kindness creates a lasting imprint. People may forget the details of what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Creating emotional memories also means being present during pivotal moments in someone's life. Celebrating their victories, standing by them in their struggles, or simply marking important occasions together shows that you value the connection. These moments of shared significance are etched into memory because they reflect your investment in the relationship. Selflessness amplifies emotional impact. When you act without expecting anything in return, your gestures carry a purity that resonates deeply. Selflessness demonstrates that you value the person for who they are, not for what they can give you. This unconditional care leaves a powerful impression, strengthening the bond and ensuring that your presence is remembered with fondness and gratitude. Reflection deepens emotional memories. Taking time to revisit shared experiences, whether through conversation or quiet thought, reinforces their significance. Reflecting together on what those moments meant to you both strengthens the connection and ensures that the memories remain vivid and meaningful. Creating emotional memories is about being intentional in every interaction. Whether it's a brief conversation, a shared meal, or a quiet moment, approaching each encounter with care and presence ensures that it carries weight. These intentional moments become the threads that weave the fabric of your relationships, leaving behind a legacy of connection, respect, and love. Crafting emotional memories is an ongoing practice, a way of approaching relationships with intention, empathy, and authenticity. Each moment is an opportunity to leave a positive mark, to create a bond that feels both profound and enduring. By focusing on the quality of your presence and the depth of your connections, you ensure that your impact is felt long after the moment has passed. The emotional memories you create leave a lasting impression, but one of the most powerful ways to solidify that impression lies in your ability to remain composed. In a world often dominated by reaction, the ability to stay calm draws attention in a profound and unexpected way. It's not about suppressing emotions or appearing detached, but about cultivating a steadiness that radiates quiet confidence and control. This subtle strength of non-reaction becomes a magnet for respect and admiration, a Stoic principle that transforms the way people perceive and respond to you. Non-reaction starts with self-awareness. By understanding your emotional triggers, you gain control over how you respond to situations. Reacting impulsively often reveals vulnerability, while pausing to process emotions demonstrates inner strength. This pause isn't about bottling up feelings, it's about choosing a measured response that aligns with your values. When others see that you don't let external events dictate your emotions, they sense a depth of character that stands out in a reactive world. Calmness under pressure is a form of silent authority. When everyone else is caught in the chaos of the moment, your ability to remain composed speaks volumes. It shows that you are not easily swayed by the opinions or actions of others, which fosters trust and admiration. People naturally gravitate toward those who project stability, seeking solace in the calm presence you bring to any situation. Non-reaction does not mean indifference. It means discerning what deserves your attention and energy. The Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control plays a vital role here. By directing your efforts toward constructive actions rather than reacting to every external stimulus, you demonstrate wisdom and restraint. This approach not only preserves your peace of mind, but also commands respect from those who observe your thoughtful composure. Patience is a cornerstone of non-reaction. It allows you to hold back from responding impulsively, giving yourself the time to assess the situation fully. This patience shows maturity and self-control, qualities that make you stand out. In conversations, it allows you to listen more deeply, responding only when your words can add value. In conflict, it enables you to de-escalate tension, turning potentially volatile situations into opportunities for understanding. The strength of non-reaction lies in its quiet confidence. When you don't rush to defend yourself or over-explain your actions, you convey that you are secure in your choices. This self-assuredness draws attention because it is so rare. In a world where many seek validation through words and actions, your calm presence becomes a beacon of strength and integrity. Non-reaction also cultivates curiosity. When you don't immediately respond to provocation or pressure, others are left wondering about your thoughts and feelings. This sense of intrigue works in your favor, drawing people closer as they seek to understand the depth behind your calm exterior. Your silence becomes an invitation for others to reflect, engage, and connect more meaningfully. Empathy can coexist with non-reaction, strengthening its impact. Remaining calm doesn't mean ignoring others' emotions. It means creating space for them to express themselves fully. Your ability to hold space without rushing to fix or react allows others to feel heard and valued. This emotional presence, combined with your calm demeanor, fosters trust and connection, deepening your relationships. Non-reaction is a powerful tool in conflict resolution. When faced with anger or criticism, reacting defensively often escalates the situation. By staying calm and composed, you diffuse tension and create an environment where productive dialogue can occur. This approach not only protects your peace, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence, making you a reliable and trustworthy presence in challenging situations. Mastering non-reaction requires cultivating a sense of inner peace. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection help you build a foundation of calm that withstands external pressures. When you nurture this inner tranquility, it becomes second nature to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This steadiness not only benefits you, but also has a calming effect on those around you. The power of non-reaction extends to how you handle praise and criticism. Responding to praise with humility and to criticism with openness signals self-confidence and balance. When you don't overreact to compliments or attacks, you show that your sense of self-worth is not tied to external validation. This emotional independence makes you more resilient and less susceptible to manipulation or undue influence. Non-reaction also enhances your decision-making. By staying calm in the face of uncertainty, you give yourself the clarity needed to weigh options and choose wisely. Emotional reactions often cloud judgment, leading to decisions driven by fear, anger, or impulse. Non-reaction, on the other hand, creates space for thoughtful consideration, resulting in choices that align with your values and goals. In social dynamics, non-reaction can shift power balances. When you refuse to engage in petty arguments or drama, you elevate the conversation and set a standard for respectful interaction. This restraint shows strength and maturity, encouraging others to meet you at that higher level. Over time, this consistent composure builds a reputation for reliability and wisdom, qualities that draw people toward you. Non-reaction also creates opportunities for growth. When you pause instead of reacting, you give yourself the chance to reflect on the situation and learn from it. This reflection turns challenges into lessons, helping you grow emotionally and intellectually. By embracing these moments of pause, you transform difficulties into stepping stones for personal development. Silence is an integral part of non-reaction. In moments of tension or uncertainty, silence can be more powerful than words. It creates space for others to think, feel, and respond without the pressure of immediate interaction. Silence also communicates confidence, as it shows that you are comfortable with stillness and do not feel the need to fill every gap with noise. Non-reaction is rooted in the Stoic principle of acceptance. Life is full of unpredictability, and learning to accept what you cannot control is key to maintaining your calm. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means choosing to focus your energy on what matters most. By letting go of the need to control every outcome, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and cultivate a sense of balance that others find inspiring. The subtle strength of non-reaction lies in its ability to create a lasting impression. People remember how you made them feel during moments of difficulty or uncertainty. Your calm presence becomes a source of comfort and strength, leaving behind a memory of stability and reliability. This impression reinforces the depth of your character, ensuring that your impact endures long after the moment has passed. Non-reaction is a practice of self-mastery. It requires discipline, patience, and a commitment to growth. Each time you choose to remain calm in the face of adversity, you strengthen your ability to navigate life with grace and resilience. This inner strength not only benefits you, but also inspires those around you, creating a ripple effect of calm and composure. By embracing the subtle strength of non-reaction, you cultivate a presence that is both powerful and understated. It's a way of navigating the world with confidence, clarity, and purpose, drawing people toward you without the need for words or actions. Non-reaction is not just a skill, it's a way of being that transforms the way you connect with others and with yourself. The quiet strength of non-reaction reveals the power of restraint, and this naturally leads us to the transformative beauty of simplicity. In a world filled with noise and excess, the ability to embrace minimalism, both in action and in thought, is a rare and captivating quality. Simplicity and restraint, as practiced through Stoic minimalism, create a magnetic pull that heightens appreciation and deepens desire. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the unnecessary, you craft a life and presence that draws others in, not by force, but by the elegance of your approach. Simplicity begins with clarity. Knowing your values, your priorities, and your goals allows you to strip away the excess that clouds your path. When your life is free from unnecessary distractions, you create space for what is meaningful. This clarity becomes evident to others, signaling that you live with purpose and intention. People are drawn to those who exude this sense of direction because it reflects a strength of character that is both inspiring and reassuring. Restraint is the essence of simplicity. Choosing not to indulge every impulse or chase after every fleeting desire demonstrates a level of self-control that is deeply admirable. Restraint doesn't mean deprivation. It means valuing quality over quantity and depth over superficiality. By exercising restraint, you show that you have the discipline to wait for what truly aligns with your values, and this patience enhances the appreciation for what you do choose to engage with. Minimalism in communication amplifies your impact. When you speak with intention, using only the words that matter, your voice carries more weight. Excessive chatter can dilute meaning, but thoughtful restraint ensures that every word resonates. This approach creates a sense of intrigue and respect, as others come to see your communication as deliberate and meaningful. The pauses between your words, much like the spaces in your life, hold as much power as what is spoken. Simplicity also manifests in your actions. Instead of overloading your schedule or attempting to do everything at once, focusing on a few meaningful pursuits ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. This focus not only enhances your effectiveness, but also signals to others that you are deliberate in your choices. People admire those who can prioritize and excel without spreading themselves too thin, as it reflects a mastery of balance and intention. Restraint enhances desire by creating space. When you're not always present, when you don't always give everything immediately, you allow anticipation to build. This principle applies not only to relationships, but also to how you approach your passions, goals, and possessions. By holding back and letting moments breathe, you create an air of mystery and significance that keeps others engaged. Restraint transforms absence into a powerful tool for connection, as it deepens appreciation for your presence when you do engage. Minimalism also applies to how you present yourself. Simple, thoughtful choices in appearance, behavior, and lifestyle can make a lasting impression. Overcomplicating these aspects can distract from who you truly are, but simplicity allows your authentic self to shine through. People are naturally drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin and who exude confidence without the need for excess. This quiet elegance creates a magnetic pull, inviting others to connect on a deeper level. Simplicity creates room for gratitude. When your life is filled with only what matters, you are better able to appreciate the value of those things. This gratitude is contagious, drawing others into your orbit because they sense the richness of your perspective. Living simply doesn't mean lacking, it means cherishing. This approach shifts the focus from accumulating more to fully enjoying what you already have, a perspective that is both grounding and attractive. Restraint cultivates discipline. Choosing to let go of what doesn't serve you, whether it's material possessions, unproductive habits, or toxic relationships, strengthens your resolve. This discipline spills over into every aspect of your life, from how you handle challenges to how you engage with others. People respect and admire those who can say no with conviction, as it reflects a level of self-mastery that is rare and inspiring. Simplicity fosters creativity. When your life isn't cluttered with distractions, your mind has the freedom to explore new ideas and perspectives. This creative energy adds vibrancy to your relationships and pursuits, as it allows you to bring fresh insights and solutions to the table. Others are drawn to this sense of innovation and curiosity because it signals a life lived fully and intentionally. Restraint teaches the value of patience. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification, the ability to wait for what is meaningful sets you apart. Patience signals confidence in your choices and trust in the process, qualities that make you stand out. This patience extends to how you interact with others, allowing space for them to open up and connect at their own pace. By not rushing or forcing outcomes, you create relationships and experiences that feel organic and genuine. Minimalism in thought strengthens emotional resilience. By focusing only on what you can control and letting go of unnecessary worries, you create mental clarity and peace. This clarity is evident in your interactions, as it allows you to approach situations with calmness and purpose. Others are drawn to this sense of stability, as it creates an atmosphere of trust and security. Simplicity also transforms how you engage with time. By prioritizing what truly matters, you make the most of each moment without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. This intentional use of time shows that you value both your own life and the lives of those around you. It's a perspective that encourages others to slow down and appreciate the richness of the present, fostering deeper connections and more meaningful experiences. Restraint enhances emotional connection. By not oversharing or over-explaining, you leave room for curiosity and discovery. This restraint allows relationships to unfold naturally, creating a dynamic of mutual respect and interest. People appreciate the depth that comes from this measured approach, as it signals that you value quality interaction over superficial engagement. Simplicity is a practice of gratitude and contentment. By focusing on what brings true joy and fulfillment, you cultivate a sense of abundance that doesn't rely on external validation. This contentment is deeply attractive because it reflects a life lived with purpose and clarity. Others are drawn to your ability to find joy in simplicity, as it inspires them to reevaluate their own priorities and seek similar balance. The elegance of simplicity lies in its ability to amplify the essential. When your life, words, and actions are free from excess, what remains is more impactful. This amplification draws attention and admiration because it reflects a sense of self-mastery and authenticity that is both rare and compelling. By embracing simplicity and restraint, you create a presence that is deeply grounded, irresistibly magnetic, and profoundly fulfilling. Simplicity and restraint teach us to value what truly matters, but relationships thrive in a delicate balance of presence and space. This interplay, the dance of proximity and distance, is where bonds are tested, strengthened, and transformed. Too much closeness can stifle, while too much distance risks disconnect. Mastering this rhythm creates connections that feel alive, dynamic, and deeply fulfilling. It's about knowing when to step closer and when to step back, creating a dynamic that enhances both mutual respect and desire. The art of proximity lies in meaningful engagement. When you choose to be close to someone, it's not about constant presence, but intentional presence. Being there in moments that matter, whether to celebrate, console, or simply share time, shows commitment and care. This focus on quality over quantity ensures that your closeness feels valuable rather than overwhelming. People appreciate connections that feel purposeful, where every interaction carries weight and meaning. Distance, on the other hand, allows relationships to breathe. Giving space isn't about withdrawing affection or interest. It's about respecting individuality and autonomy. Space creates an opportunity for self-reflection and growth, both for you and the other person. It's in these moments of absence that appreciation grows. The pause allows people to process what your presence brings to their lives, deepening their understanding of the connection. The push and pull of relationships depend on timing. Knowing when to close the gap and when to step back requires attentiveness and emotional intelligence. Pushing too hard for closeness when someone needs space can lead to resistance, while pulling away at the wrong moment can create unnecessary distance. By tuning in to the needs of the relationship, you learn to navigate this balance with grace, ensuring that your actions align with the emotional rhythm of the bond. Proximity fosters trust when approached with intention. Being available and reliable in times of need reassures others that they can count on you. This reliability creates a foundation of security where the other person feels supported without feeling smothered. Trust built through thoughtful closeness strengthens the connection, making it easier to navigate moments of distance without fear of losing the bond. Distance, when embraced thoughtfully, reinforces independence. Relationships thrive when both individuals maintain their sense of self. By stepping back, you allow the other person to explore their interests, passions, and identity without feeling confined. This freedom enriches the relationship as both of you bring new energy and perspective to the connection. It also signals confidence in the strength of the bond, showing that closeness isn't reliant on constant togetherness. The balance between proximity and distance is rooted in respect. By acknowledging and honoring the other person's boundaries and needs, you create a dynamic where both individuals feel valued. Respecting someone's need for space doesn't diminish the relationship. It enhances it by fostering mutual understanding. Similarly, offering your presence when they seek closeness shows that you prioritize their emotional well-being. Closeness invites vulnerability, which deepens intimacy. Sharing thoughts, fears, and hopes creates a sense of connection that words alone cannot achieve. Proximity isn't just about physical presence, it's about emotional availability. Being open and receptive in these moments of closeness strengthens the relationship as it builds trust and understanding on a profound level. Distance cultivates longing. When you're not always available, the other person has the chance to miss you, to recognize the value of your presence. This longing isn't about creating insecurity. It's about fostering appreciation. Absence allows the connection to breathe, making the moments of closeness even more meaningful. It's a reminder that the bond is strong enough to endure time apart, which reinforces its depth. The dance of proximity and distance is dynamic, not static. Relationships evolve, and the balance between closeness and space shifts over time. What worked in one phase of the relationship may need adjustment in another. Being attuned to these changes ensures that you stay in harmony with the other person's needs, creating a connection that feels adaptive and alive. Closeness becomes more powerful when paired with attentiveness. When you're close, being fully present amplifies the impact of your presence. It's not enough to simply be there. Your engagement must be genuine and focused. This attentiveness shows that you value the time shared, making the moments of proximity feel significant and enriching. Distance, when handled with care, fosters resilience. Allowing space teaches both individuals that the relationship can endure absence without losing its strength. This resilience creates a sense of stability and trust, as both of you learn to navigate periods of separation with confidence. The ability to maintain connection despite distance strengthens the bond, making it more enduring and reliable. The push and pull also rely on communication. Expressing your needs and listening to the other person's ensures that the balance between proximity and distance is mutually understood. Open dialogue fosters transparency and prevents misunderstandings, creating a dynamic where both individuals feel heard and respected. Communication becomes the bridge that maintains connection, even when physical or emotional distance is needed. Proximity invites shared experiences, which become the foundation of emotional memories. Moments of closeness create the stories that define the relationship, the shared laughter, challenges, and triumphs that bring meaning to the connection. These experiences solidify the bond, creating a sense of belonging and mutual history that enriches the relationship over time. Distance provides an opportunity for reflection. Time apart allows both individuals to process their emotions, gain perspective, and evaluate the relationship's importance. This reflection often leads to a deeper appreciation of the bond, as absence highlights the unique qualities and contributions of the other person. Reflection during distance ensures that the relationship remains intentional and thoughtful, rather than taken for granted. The balance between push and pull creates a rhythm that keeps the relationship vibrant. By alternating between closeness and space, you prevent stagnation and maintain a sense of curiosity and excitement. This rhythm ensures that the connection feels dynamic and alive, constantly evolving in response to the needs and growth of both individuals. Proximity fosters a sense of security, while distance nurtures a sense of freedom. Together, these elements create a relationship that feels both grounding and liberating. This balance ensures that the connection enhances your life rather than constraining it, allowing both individuals to thrive within the bond. The dance of proximity and distance is a practice of patience and intention. It requires attentiveness to the needs of the moment, a willingness to adapt, and a commitment to the well-being of the relationship. By mastering this balance, you create a connection that feels both profound and sustainable, a bond that grows stronger with every step of the dance. The rhythm of relationships lies in balance, but personal growth requires confidence rooted in self-belief. Acting like you're the best isn't about arrogance. It's about channeling an inner strength that demands respect and sets the tone for how others treat you. Stoicism teaches us that self-mastery and resilience build an unshakable foundation of self-worth. By embracing these principles, you cultivate a mindset that elevates you above doubt, fear, and comparison, making it clear to yourself and others that you are capable, worthy, and unyielding. Self-belief begins with understanding your intrinsic value. Stoicism teaches that your worth is not tied to external validation, but to your character and the virtues you cultivate. When you prioritize integrity, courage, and wisdom, you develop a confidence that radiates from within. This confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's steady and unwavering, reflecting the strength of someone who knows their worth without needing constant affirmation. Mastery of your emotions sets you apart. While others may be swayed by anger, fear, or jealousy, maintaining composure shows that you are in control of yourself. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing feelings, but understanding them and choosing your response wisely. This level of control projects strength and reliability, qualities that naturally command respect and admiration. Taking responsibility for your life reinforces your self-worth. Blaming others or external circumstances weakens your position and undermines your confidence. By owning your choices and actions, you demonstrate accountability and agency. This sense of responsibility strengthens your belief in your ability to shape your destiny, making it clear that you are in charge of your life. Resilience in the face of setbacks defines your character. Life's challenges are inevitable, but how you respond to them determines your trajectory. A Stoic mindset views obstacles as opportunities for growth, reinforcing your ability to adapt and overcome. Each time you rise after a fall, you prove to yourself and others that you are unstoppable, that your strength is not diminished by adversity, but amplified by it. Maintaining focus on your goals communicates discipline and purpose. In a world full of distractions, the ability to stay aligned with your values and aspirations sets you apart. This discipline shows that you are not easily swayed by fleeting temptations or external pressures. It reflects a commitment to excellence that inspires confidence in your abilities and dedication. Humility strengthens your confidence by keeping it grounded. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean placing yourself above others. It means striving to be the best version of yourself. True confidence acknowledges both your strengths and areas for improvement, using them as fuel for continuous growth. This humility makes your confidence approachable, fostering respect and admiration rather than envy or resentment. Clear boundaries protect your self-worth. Allowing others to overstep your limits undermines your confidence and sense of autonomy. By setting and enforcing boundaries, you show that you value yourself and expect others to do the same. This act of self-respect commands respect from others, reinforcing your position as someone who is not easily taken advantage of or dismissed. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of acting like the best. It requires prioritizing long-term growth over immediate gratification, showing that you have the patience and determination to achieve meaningful success. Discipline in your habits, thoughts, and actions creates a life of consistency and purpose, building a foundation of confidence that is unshakable. Speaking with intention conveys authority and clarity. Words have power, and using them wisely reflects a thoughtful and deliberate mindset. By avoiding unnecessary chatter and focusing on meaningful communication, you demonstrate a level of confidence and control that naturally draws attention. This skill not only strengthens your presence, but also ensures that your message is heard and respected. Embracing silence at the right moments amplifies your presence. In conversations, moments of quiet allow others to reflect on your words and their significance. Silence shows that you are not desperate to fill gaps, but are comfortable with stillness, a quality that projects confidence and strength. This subtle power of restraint speaks louder than words, creating a lasting impression. Cultivating gratitude reinforces your confidence by shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have. Gratitude grounds you in the present and reminds you of the progress you've made. This perspective builds self-assurance as you recognize the abundance in your life and your ability to create positive change. Gratitude also fosters a sense of contentment, balancing ambition with appreciation. Non-comparison liberates you from the need to measure yourself against others. Stoicism teaches that true excellence is about fulfilling your potential, not outperforming someone else. When you focus on your own growth and progress, you free yourself from the insecurity that comes from constant comparison. This internal focus strengthens your confidence and allows you to celebrate your unique path. Consistency in your actions reinforces your self-belief. Showing up for yourself every day, whether through your habits, commitments, or goals, creates a sense of reliability and trust in your own abilities. This consistency builds momentum, proving to yourself that you can rely on your discipline and determination to achieve what you set out to do. Staying grounded in your values ensures that your confidence remains authentic. It's easy to be swayed by trends or external pressures, but staying true to your principles shows strength of character. This alignment between your values and actions creates a sense of integrity that enhances your self-respect and the respect others have for you. Taking calculated risks demonstrates courage and belief in your abilities. Avoiding risk out of fear undermines confidence, while embracing challenges with preparation and determination shows strength. Each risk you take and overcome reinforces your resilience and ability to navigate uncertainty, building a foundation of trust in yourself. Your body language communicates confidence before you say a word. Standing tall, making eye contact, and maintaining open, relaxed posture signals self-assurance. These nonverbal cues create an immediate impression of competence and control, making it clear that you are someone who carries themselves with dignity and strength. Mastering your inner dialogue shapes your mindset. How you speak to yourself matters as much as how you present yourself to others. Replacing self-doubt with affirmations of your capabilities reinforces a positive self-image. This internal narrative becomes the foundation of your confidence, guiding your actions and interactions with clarity and purpose. By embodying these principles, you act with the confidence of someone who knows their worth, not in comparison to others, but in alignment with their true potential. This belief in yourself radiates outward, creating a presence that is both commanding and inspiring. Acting like you're the best is not about arrogance. It's about living with a conviction that your life is meaningful, your actions are purposeful, and your presence matters. This confidence becomes the beacon that draws others toward you, fostering respect, admiration, and lasting connection. Confidence is built not just by embracing what strengthens you, but by letting go of what weighs you down. In the pursuit of self-mastery, one of the most transformative steps is eliminating the unnecessary. Silent elimination is an act of quiet strength, where you remove what no longer serves you without seeking validation or acknowledgement. It's not about dramatic declarations or public gestures. It's about quietly reclaiming your energy, focus, and peace. In Stoicism, this practice is seen as essential for cultivating clarity, resilience, and inner freedom. Eliminating negativity from your thoughts is one of the most profound changes you can make. Negative thinking is a silent thief of joy, subtly shaping your perception of the world and your place in it. Replacing self-doubt with self-compassion and focusing on solutions rather than problems shifts your mindset toward growth. This quiet mental shift allows you to approach challenges with confidence and optimism, creating a foundation for success. Removing toxic relationships is an act of self-preservation. These connections drain your energy and erode your self-esteem, often without you even realizing it. Letting go of people who consistently bring negativity or disrespect into your life is not an act of rejection. It's a commitment to valuing yourself. These quiet exits create space for relationships that uplift and support you, enriching your life with mutual respect and genuine care. Excessive distractions, whether digital or otherwise, rob you of time and focus. By silently stepping away from endless scrolling, notifications, or unnecessary obligations, you reclaim your ability to be present and intentional. Simplifying your environment and habits helps you direct your attention to what truly matters, allowing you to achieve more with clarity and purpose. Letting go of the need for external validation frees you from the cycle of seeking approval. Living for others' opinions dilutes your authenticity and burdens your decisions. By quietly choosing to act in alignment with your values rather than others' expectations, you reclaim your autonomy. This shift fosters a sense of inner peace, as your self-worth becomes grounded in who you are, not in how others perceive you. Releasing the fear of failure transforms your approach to challenges. Fear often keeps you stuck, preventing you from taking the risks necessary for growth. By silently choosing courage over hesitation, you embrace failure as a teacher rather than a threat. This mindset not only builds resilience, but also allows you to pursue your goals with boldness and determination. Eliminating procrastination is an act of respect for your time and potential. Postponing tasks creates unnecessary stress and robs you of the satisfaction that comes from achievement. By quietly taking small, consistent steps toward your goals, you replace avoidance with action. This discipline builds momentum, helping you achieve more while reducing mental clutter. Letting go of perfectionism allows you to embrace progress over unattainable standards. Perfectionism often paralyzes growth, as the fear of imperfection prevents you from starting or completing tasks. Silently choosing to focus on doing your best rather than being flawless frees you from this burden. This perspective fosters creativity, productivity, and a deeper sense of accomplishment. Removing grudges and resentment lightens your emotional load. Holding on to past hurts ties you to negativity, preventing you from moving forward. By quietly choosing forgiveness, not for others, but for yourself, you release this weight. This act of letting go fosters emotional freedom and opens the door to peace and personal growth. Eliminating overcommitment simplifies your life and protects your energy. Saying yes to everything dilutes your focus and exhausts your resources. By silently prioritizing what aligns with your values and politely declining the rest, you create a life that feels more balanced and intentional. This shift allows you to dedicate your time to what truly matters, enhancing both your productivity and well-being. Releasing unnecessary possessions aligns your external environment with your internal clarity. Clutter, whether physical or emotional, distracts and overwhelms. By quietly letting go of what no longer serves you, you create space for simplicity and purpose. This minimalism fosters a sense of peace and focus, as your surroundings reflect the order and intention of your mind. Removing self-comparison liberates you from unnecessary insecurity. Comparing yourself to others creates a false narrative that diminishes your unique journey. By silently choosing to focus on your progress rather than someone else's, you build confidence and contentment. This shift allows you to celebrate your achievements and embrace your individuality without judgment. Letting go of the need to control everything brings freedom and flexibility. Control often stems from fear and creates unnecessary stress. By quietly accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can, you develop a sense of peace and resilience. This perspective empowers you to navigate uncertainty with grace, strengthening your ability to adapt and thrive. Releasing the habit of complaining shifts your energy towards solutions. Complaints often reinforce negativity, keeping you stuck in unproductive patterns. By silently choosing gratitude and constructive action over complaints, you reframe challenges as opportunities. This shift not only boosts your mood, but also inspires those around you, creating a ripple effect of positivity. Eliminating unhealthy habits supports your physical and mental well-being. These habits, whether they involve diet, sleep, or self-care, often undermine your health and energy. By quietly replacing them with practices that nourish and sustain you, you invest in your long-term vitality. This commitment to self-care reflects a deep respect for your body and mind, enhancing every aspect of your life. Releasing the fear of judgment liberates you to live authentically. Worrying about how others perceive you limits your potential and keeps you from expressing yourself fully. By silently choosing to prioritize your own values over external opinions, you embrace the freedom to be yourself. This authenticity strengthens your confidence and deepens your connections, as others are drawn to your genuine presence. Eliminating these obstacles is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice. Each silent choice to let go of what no longer serves you creates space for growth, clarity, and peace. This journey of elimination aligns with the Stoic principle of living intentionally, ensuring that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. By removing the unnecessary, you build a life that reflects your highest values and deepest strengths, creating a foundation for fulfillment and success. Eliminating the unnecessary clears the way for mastery, but true triumph lies in mastering the mind itself. The mind is the seat of your power, the foundation of your decisions, and the root of your perspective on life. Without control over your thoughts, even the most well-planned actions falter. Stoicism offers golden rules to discipline your inner world, ensuring that your choices lead to absolute triumph. This mastery isn't about controlling every external event. It's about cultivating unshakable strength within, so nothing external can destabilize your purpose. Mastering the mind begins with clarity of thought. Clarity arises when you learn to focus on what truly matters and silence the mental noise of distractions, doubts, and fears. A cluttered mind leads to indecision and stress, while a clear mind provides direction and confidence. By aligning your thoughts with your values and goals, you create a mental compass that guides your actions, ensuring that each step you take leads toward fulfillment. Emotional regulation is the cornerstone of mental mastery. Emotions are powerful forces, but allowing them to dictate your actions often leads to chaos. Stoicism teaches that while emotions are natural, your response to them is a choice. By observing your feelings without being ruled by them, you cultivate a sense of calm and control. This emotional steadiness allows you to make decisions based on reason rather than impulse, demonstrating strength even in moments of tension. The practice of self-discipline strengthens the mind. Discipline isn't just about controlling behavior, it's about training your thoughts to remain focused and resilient. When you commit to daily habits that nurture your mental and physical well-being, you build a foundation of strength that carries you through challenges. Discipline in your routines ensures that your mind remains sharp and adaptable, ready to face whatever comes your way. Perspective shapes the way you experience the world, and mastering it gives you the power to turn setbacks into opportunities. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of framing events in ways that serve your growth rather than hinder it. When you view challenges as lessons and obstacles as chances to strengthen your resolve, you transform adversity into fuel for success. This shift in perspective empowers you to navigate life with optimism and purpose, no matter the circumstances. The ability to focus your attention is a skill that sets you apart. In a world filled with distractions, the capacity to direct your energy toward what matters most is invaluable. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is all you truly have, and mastering your focus ensures that you make the most of it. By fully engaging in each task and interaction, you bring depth and meaning to your efforts, creating a life of intention and impact. Letting go of what you cannot control is one of the most liberating principles of Stoicism. Worrying about external events wastes mental energy and fosters anxiety. By focusing on what is within your power, your thoughts, actions, and attitude, you reclaim that energy for constructive purposes. This practice not only reduces stress, but also enhances your sense of agency, allowing you to face life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. Gratitude anchors the mind in positivity and abundance. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset from scarcity to sufficiency. Gratitude trains your mind to see opportunities and blessings even in difficult times. This perspective fosters resilience, as it reminds you of your strengths and resources. A grateful mind is a powerful mind, capable of finding joy and meaning in every situation. Stoicism teaches that reflection is essential for mental mastery. Taking time to evaluate your thoughts, actions, and experiences helps you learn from the past and prepare for the future. Reflection allows you to identify patterns, refine your approach, and align your behavior with your values. This practice cultivates self-awareness, ensuring that your growth is intentional and continuous. Patience is a skill that fortifies the mind against frustration and impulsiveness. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, the ability to wait and endure is a mark of strength. Patience teaches you to trust the process and remain steadfast in the face of delays or setbacks. This mental calmness not only reduces stress, but also enhances your decision-making, as it allows you to act with clarity and purpose rather than haste. Mental resilience grows through the acceptance of change. Life is in constant flux, and resisting this reality leads to unnecessary suffering. By embracing change as a natural part of existence, you develop the flexibility to adapt without losing your sense of self. Stoicism reminds you that while you cannot control the course of events, you can control how you respond to them. This adaptability ensures that you remain steady even in turbulent times. The mind thrives on simplicity. Complexity often leads to confusion and indecision, while simplicity fosters clarity and focus. By prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of the rest, you free your mind from unnecessary burdens. This minimalist approach ensures that your mental energy is directed toward meaningful pursuits, enhancing both your productivity and your peace of mind. Confidence in your abilities stems from consistent effort and self-trust. When you commit to your goals and follow through on your promises to yourself, you build a foundation of confidence that cannot be shaken. This self-assurance empowers you to take risks, embrace challenges, and persevere through difficulties. Mastery of the mind begins with belief in your potential and the determination to fulfill it. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of aligning your actions with your values. When your behavior reflects your principles, you cultivate a sense of integrity and inner harmony. This alignment ensures that your decisions are guided by purpose rather than external pressures. Living in accordance with your values strengthens your mind, as it eliminates the internal conflict that arises from acting against your true self. Silence is a powerful tool for mental mastery. Creating moments of quiet in your day allows you to reconnect with your inner thoughts and find clarity amid the noise. Silence fosters introspection, helping you tune into your intuition and align your mind with your goals. This practice also strengthens your ability to listen and observe, skills that enhance your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Mastering your mind requires a commitment to lifelong learning. Growth is a continuous process, and the pursuit of knowledge keeps your mind sharp and engaged. Stoicism teaches that wisdom is the ultimate goal, and each experience, whether joyful or challenging, contributes to this journey. By remaining open to new ideas and perspectives, you cultivate a mindset that is both curious and resilient, ensuring that your growth never stagnates. Mastering your mind is not a destination, but a practice. Each moment offers an opportunity to strengthen your thoughts, refine your actions, and align your life with your highest potential. By embracing the golden rules of Stoicism, you build a foundation of inner strength that supports triumph in every aspect of your life. This mastery ensures that no matter what challenges arise, you remain steadfast, purposeful, and unyielding. Mastering the mind is the foundation of triumph, but the way you begin each new phase of life determines the trajectory of your journey. At every turning point, whether it's a new day, a new goal, or a new chapter, the principles that guide you can shape your path. Stoicism offers timeless rules to ensure that the dawn of every life is met with clarity, purpose, and resilience. These rules are not just philosophical ideas, but practical tools for living with intention and strength, paving the way for fulfillment and growth. Begin by embracing the power of intention. Life unfolds more meaningfully when you approach it with clear purpose. Each morning or new beginning is an opportunity to reset, to define your values and goals, and to align your actions accordingly. This alignment grounds you, giving your day's direction and ensuring that you don't drift aimlessly. With intention, even the smallest acts carry significance, creating a sense of fulfillment that builds over time. Accept the inevitability of change. Every dawn brings the unknown, and resisting this reality leads to unnecessary suffering. Change can feel unsettling, but it's also a source of growth. When you learn to flow with life's transitions, you cultivate resilience and adaptability. Stoicism teaches that while you cannot control what changes, you can control how you respond. This acceptance not only reduces anxiety, but also allows you to embrace new opportunities with courage. Prioritize gratitude as a daily practice. Gratitude transforms your perspective, shifting your focus from what's missing to what's present. It grounds you in abundance, reminding you of the resources, relationships, and strengths you already possess. This sense of appreciation creates a positive foundation from which to approach challenges and pursue goals. Gratitude also fosters humility, keeping you connected to the beauty and richness of life. Commit to self-discipline as a cornerstone of every endeavor. Discipline ensures that you honor your commitments to yourself, building trust and confidence in your abilities. It's the quiet force behind progress, guiding you to take consistent action even when motivation wanes. This dedication to discipline fosters a sense of mastery over your choices, reinforcing your ability to navigate challenges and seize opportunities with clarity and focus. Cultivate patience as an essential virtue. New beginnings often come with uncertainty and the temptation to rush results. Patience teaches you to honor the process, to allow growth to unfold naturally. It's not about passivity, but about trusting the timing of your efforts. Patience allows you to remain steady, to avoid unnecessary frustration, and to recognize the progress you're making, even when it feels slow. Embrace reflection as a daily ritual. Reflection helps you learn from your experiences, refining your approach and deepening your understanding of yourself. By taking time to evaluate your actions, thoughts, and outcomes, you cultivate self-awareness and ensure that your growth is intentional. This practice creates a feedback loop of learning and improvement, allowing you to enter each new day or phase of life more prepared and centered. Let go of the need for perfection. Perfectionism can paralyze progress, as the fear of making mistakes prevents you from taking action. Instead, focus on consistent effort and gradual improvement. This mindset frees you from the pressure of unattainable standards, allowing you to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. The pursuit of excellence, rather than perfection, ensures that you remain motivated and resilient. Focus on what you can control. Life's uncertainties can feel overwhelming, but Stoicism reminds you that your power lies in your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By directing your energy toward what you can influence, you regain a sense of agency and purpose. This focus not only reduces stress, but also amplifies your impact, as your efforts are channeled into areas where they truly matter. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the present. The dawn of every life brings an opportunity to fully engage with the moment at hand. Mindfulness enhances your ability to savor life's experiences, to connect deeply with others, and to approach challenges with clarity. It reminds you that the present is where your power lies, allowing you to make thoughtful decisions and create meaningful memories. Strengthen your resolve through resilience. New beginnings often come with unexpected challenges, but resilience ensures that you remain steadfast. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about enduring it with grace and learning from it. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you reinforce your belief in your strength, creating a foundation of confidence that supports you in every phase of life. Foster meaningful connections as a source of strength and joy. Relationships enrich your life, providing support, inspiration, and a sense of belonging. By nurturing these connections with intention and care, you create a network of mutual trust and respect. These bonds remind you that you are not alone, offering encouragement and perspective as you navigate life's transitions. Balance ambition with contentment. The pursuit of goals drives growth, but contentment grounds you in the present. This balance ensures that you remain motivated without losing sight of the value of where you are. Ambition without contentment leads to constant striving, while contentment without ambition risks stagnation. Together, they create a dynamic harmony that fosters both progress and fulfillment. By integrating these Stoic rules into the dawn of every life, you approach each day or new beginning with strength, clarity, and purpose. These principles guide you to live intentionally, to embrace growth with grace, and to navigate challenges with resilience. In following these timeless lessons, you cultivate a life of meaning, balance, and unwavering triumph. The principles that guide the dawn of every life build the foundation for progress, but the voice you use to speak to yourself shapes everything you create. Words hold power, and the way you address yourself can either strengthen your spirit or diminish it. To attract all you desire, you must learn to align your internal dialogue with your goals and values. Stoicism teaches that the conversations you have with yourself determine your mindset, your resilience, and your ability to manifest a life of purpose and fulfillment. Speaking to yourself with clarity replaces confusion with direction. When your inner voice is clouded by doubt or fear, your actions become hesitant and scattered. Clear, intentional self-talk creates focus, reminding you of your goals and the steps needed to achieve them. This clarity fosters confidence as you guide your thoughts toward constructive action rather than uncertainty. Self-compassion builds resilience. Harsh self-criticism weakens your ability to persevere, while compassionate self-talk reminds you that failure is part of growth. Encouraging yourself during difficult moments strengthens your resolve, helping you rise from setbacks with renewed determination. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of accepting your humanity while striving for improvement, and your internal dialogue should reflect this balance. Affirmations rooted in truth create a foundation of belief. Speaking to yourself with statements that affirm your capabilities reinforces your confidence. These affirmations are not about empty positivity, but about recognizing your strengths and potential. By consistently reminding yourself of what you can achieve, you rewire your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Gratitude in your self-talk shifts your perspective toward abundance. By acknowledging what you already have and appreciating your progress, you create a mindset of contentment and positivity. Gratitude doesn't mean settling for less. It means recognizing the value of the journey while striving for more. This approach builds optimism, which attracts opportunities and deepens your sense of fulfillment. A calm and steady inner voice anchors you in moments of stress. Life's challenges can create chaos, but speaking to yourself with calm reassurance helps you navigate uncertainty. A steady internal dialogue reminds you to focus on what you can control, allowing you to remain composed and effective. This calmness becomes a source of strength, empowering you to handle difficulties with grace. Encouraging self-talk fuels persistence. When the path to your desires feels long or uncertain, your inner voice can either push you forward or hold you back. Encouraging words remind you of your purpose and keep you motivated. This inner cheerleader strengthens your ability to endure, ensuring that you continue moving forward even when progress feels slow. Self-honesty builds trust in yourself. Speaking to yourself with honesty, acknowledging both your strengths and areas for improvement, creates a relationship of integrity within your mind. This honesty ensures that you remain grounded while pursuing your goals. By facing challenges with realism and optimism, you develop a sense of self-trust that fuels your confidence and decision-making. A solution-focused inner dialogue redirects your energy from problems to possibilities. Dwelling on obstacles drains your motivation, while focusing on solutions inspires action. When you train your mind to seek answers rather than excuses, you open yourself to creativity and resilience. This shift in perspective transforms setbacks into stepping stones, bringing you closer to your desires. Celebratory self-talk reinforces your achievements. Taking time to acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, builds momentum. When you celebrate your wins, you remind yourself of your capability and strengthen your motivation. This practice creates a positive feedback loop as your mind becomes attuned to recognizing and building on success. A forgiving inner voice fosters peace. Holding on to self-blame or regret creates mental clutter that blocks progress. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and clearer focus. Stoicism teaches that dwelling on the past is futile. What matters is how you choose to act now. By speaking to yourself with forgiveness, you free yourself from the weight of past failures and create space for growth. Consistent self-talk reinforces discipline. When you speak to yourself about your goals and commitments daily, you create a mental routine that strengthens your resolve. This consistency ensures that your actions align with your aspirations, even when motivation wanes. By reinforcing your discipline through words, you make it easier to follow through on your plans and achieve what you desire. An empowering internal dialogue focuses on your ability to adapt. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but how you speak to yourself during these moments determines your resilience. By reminding yourself of your ability to learn, grow, and overcome, you create a mindset that thrives on adaptability. This adaptability ensures that you remain steady and resourceful, no matter what obstacles arise. Speaking to yourself with a sense of purpose fuels your motivation. When you remind yourself of why your goals matter, you create a deeper connection to your efforts. This sense of purpose transforms mundane tasks into meaningful steps toward your aspirations. A purpose-driven internal dialogue keeps you aligned with your values, ensuring that your actions contribute to a life of fulfillment. Your tone matters as much as your words. A kind, respectful tone in your self-talk reflects the way you want to be treated by others. When you speak to yourself with gentleness and encouragement, you model the respect and care you deserve. This practice not only strengthens your self-worth, but also sets a standard for how you engage with the world. An intentional inner voice creates alignment between your thoughts and actions. When your self-talk consistently reinforces your goals and values, it becomes easier to make decisions that reflect them. This alignment ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters, amplifying your ability to attract and achieve your desires. By transforming your internal dialogue into a source of strength, clarity, and encouragement, you create a mindset that magnetizes success. Every thought becomes a step toward your goals, every word a building block of confidence. Stoicism reminds us that the way we speak to ourselves shapes the way we live, and by mastering this art, you unlock the power to attract and create all you desire. The way you speak to yourself shapes your inner world, but the way others treat you tests your boundaries and self-respect. Respect is a cornerstone of human relationships, yet not everyone will value you as they should. Learning to handle disrespect without compromising your values is an essential skill for maintaining peace and integrity. Stoic philosophy provides timeless strategies for navigating these moments with strength and clarity. It's not about confrontation or revenge. It's about protecting your peace and ensuring that others understand the standards you set for how you are treated. When faced with disrespect, the first principle is self-control. Disrespect often provokes anger or hurt, emotions that can cloud your judgment and lead to impulsive reactions. Stoicism teaches that while you can't control how others behave, you can control your response. By pausing to assess the situation calmly, you retain your power. This composure not only prevents unnecessary escalation, but also communicates that you are grounded and not easily rattled. Remaining steady in the face of disrespect often disarms the other person and sets the tone for a more constructive interaction. Clarity about your boundaries is crucial. If you don't define how you expect to be treated, others may overstep without even realizing it. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They're about protecting your own peace and self-worth. When someone disrespects you, calmly but firmly addressing the behavior is a way to assert those boundaries. This doesn't require aggression or defensiveness. It's about expressing your expectations clearly and confidently. Setting boundaries sends a message that you value yourself and expect the same from others. Choosing when to engage and when to walk away is a sign of wisdom. Not every instance of disrespect deserves your energy or attention. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of discerning what is within your control and what is not. If addressing the disrespect will not lead to a constructive outcome, walking away protects your peace. This choice is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, as it shows that you prioritize your mental well-being over unnecessary conflict. Walking away also removes the other person's power to provoke you, reinforcing your control over the situation. Respecting yourself sets the foundation for how others treat you. If you tolerate disrespect in an attempt to avoid confrontation or seek approval, you unintentionally signal that such behavior is acceptable. Treating yourself with dignity and self-respect creates a standard that others are more likely to follow. This self-respect is reflected in your actions, your tone, and the way you carry yourself. When you consistently uphold your own value, it becomes clear to others that disrespect will not be tolerated. Empathy can be a powerful tool in handling disrespect. While it's not your responsibility to excuse bad behavior, understanding why someone might act disrespectfully can help you respond more effectively. Disrespect often stems from insecurity, frustration, or misunderstanding. By approaching the situation with curiosity rather than immediate judgment, you create an opportunity for resolution. Empathy doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. It means recognizing the humanity in others while still maintaining your boundaries. Silence can be a strategic response. Not every instance of disrespect requires words. Sometimes, a calm, unbothered demeanor speaks louder than any argument could. Silence shows that you are unaffected by the other person's behavior, denying them the reaction they may be seeking. This quiet strength often shifts the dynamic, as it forces the other person to confront their actions without the distraction of your emotional response. Silence also gives you time to consider your next steps thoughtfully. Maintaining emotional independence is key. Allowing someone's disrespect to dictate your emotions gives them power over you. Stoicism teaches that your peace of mind should not be contingent on external factors. By separating your sense of self-worth from how others treat you, you protect your inner stability. This emotional independence ensures that even in the face of disrespect, you remain grounded and confident. Focusing on your own growth rather than others' behavior shifts your perspective. Disrespect can feel personal, but often it says more about the other person than it does about you. Instead of internalizing their behavior, view it as an opportunity to practice patience, resilience, and self-mastery. This shift in focus empowers you to rise above the situation, using it as a stepping stone for your own development. Forgiveness is a powerful act of liberation. Holding on to anger or resentment only burdens you, not the person who disrespected you. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning the behavior. It means freeing yourself from its hold on your emotions. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is an act of strength, as it allows you to move forward without being weighed down by negativity. Letting go of resentment clears space for peace and clarity. Building a network of respectful relationships reinforces your self-worth. Surrounding yourself with people who value and uplift you creates an environment where disrespect becomes the exception, not the norm. These positive connections provide support and perspective, reminding you of your value even when faced with negativity. Investing in relationships that nurture mutual respect enriches your life and strengthens your ability to handle difficult interactions. Practicing self-awareness helps you understand your triggers and responses. Disrespect can sting more deeply when it touches on insecurities or unresolved emotions. By reflecting on why certain behaviors affect you, you gain insight into your own vulnerabilities. This self-awareness empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Understanding your triggers also helps you prepare for future situations, ensuring that you handle them with greater composure. Stoicism encourages you to focus on your long-term goals rather than getting caught up in momentary conflicts. Disrespect can feel urgent, but addressing it impulsively can distract from your bigger picture. By keeping your priorities in mind, you can approach these situations with a clear sense of what matters most. This perspective ensures that your actions align with your values and contribute to your growth. Learning from each encounter strengthens your ability to handle future challenges. Every instance of disrespect offers a lesson about others, about yourself, and about the dynamics of respect. Reflecting on these experiences allows you to refine your approach, ensuring that you respond with even greater wisdom and strength over time. Growth through reflection transforms adversity into a tool for personal development. Handling disrespect with grace and integrity is not about controlling others, but about mastering yourself. Each response you choose reflects your values, your self-respect, and your commitment to peace. Stoicism provides the tools to navigate these interactions with strength and clarity, ensuring that you maintain your dignity and protect your well-being. By embodying these principles, you create a life where respect is both given and received, fostering relationships and environments that support your growth and fulfillment. Disrespect tests your boundaries, but consistency is the virtue that quietly builds trust and draws others to you over time. In a world where actions often falter and words fail, consistency stands as a beacon of reliability and strength. It's the trait that not only earns respect, but keeps it, creating a foundation for lasting connections and personal integrity. Stoicism teaches that consistency is more than repetition. It's about living in alignment with your values, no matter the circumstances. This practice creates a magnetic force that attracts trust, admiration, and enduring relationships. Consistency begins with knowing your values. Without a clear understanding of what you stand for, it's easy to waver or contradict yourself. Your values act as a compass, guiding your actions and decisions. When your behavior aligns with these principles, it creates a sense of reliability that others recognize and respect. This alignment not only builds trust, but also strengthens your confidence, as you know that you are acting in harmony with your true self. Repetition of meaningful actions creates patterns that people come to rely on. Whether it's showing up on time, fulfilling promises, or consistently offering support, these actions form a reputation. Over time, this reputation becomes a reflection of your character. People begin to associate you with dependability, knowing that they can count on you even when circumstances are uncertain. This reliability becomes a powerful magnet, drawing others to your presence. Consistency requires discipline, especially when external circumstances challenge your resolve. It's easy to act according to your values when life is smooth, but true consistency is tested in moments of difficulty. Maintaining your standards during challenging times demonstrates strength and integrity. This steadfastness inspires trust, as it shows that your principles are not conditional but deeply rooted. Patience is a key element of consistency. The results of consistent actions are rarely immediate, but their impact compounds over time. Trust, admiration, and magnetism grow gradually through countless small actions that reinforce your reliability. Patience allows you to stay committed to your path, even when progress feels slow. This long-term perspective ensures that your consistency remains unwavering, building a solid foundation for future rewards. Consistency in communication fosters understanding and connection. When your words align with your actions, you create clarity and eliminate confusion. People value honesty and transparency, and consistency in how you express yourself reinforces these qualities. Over time, this alignment builds trust, as others know that your words carry weight and are backed by genuine intention. Resilience strengthens consistency by helping you recover from setbacks without losing your focus. Life's challenges can disrupt routines and test your commitment to your values. However, resilience ensures that you bounce back quickly, resuming your consistent actions with renewed determination. This ability to remain steady despite adversity enhances your reliability, as it shows that you are not easily swayed or defeated. Consistency also creates a sense of safety for those around you. Predictable behavior, rooted in integrity, allows others to feel secure in their interactions with you. This sense of safety fosters deeper connections, as people are more likely to trust and open up to someone they know will act with consistency. This trust becomes the bedrock of meaningful relationships, both personal and professional. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in maintaining consistency. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, and tendencies allows you to act with intention. By recognizing areas where you might falter, you can create strategies to stay consistent. This self-awareness not only improves your reliability, but also demonstrates a commitment to personal growth, further strengthening the trust others place in you. Consistency is not about perfection, but persistence. No one is flawless, and occasional missteps are inevitable. What matters is your ability to acknowledge these moments, take responsibility, and return to your principles. This persistence shows humility and dedication, qualities that enhance your magnetism and deepen the trust others have in you. Living consistently fosters inner peace. When your actions align with your values, you eliminate internal conflict. This harmony creates a sense of stability that others can sense and admire. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate calm and confidence, qualities that stem from the clarity and alignment of consistent living. This internal peace also strengthens your resilience, as you are not weighed down by regret or doubt. Consistency amplifies the impact of your efforts. Small, repeated actions often have a greater effect than grand, sporadic gestures. Whether it's in building relationships, mastering a skill, or pursuing a goal, consistency ensures steady progress. This gradual accumulation of effort creates lasting results, reinforcing the value of your dedication. Over time, the outcomes of your consistency become undeniable, further solidifying your trustworthiness and appeal. Maintaining consistency in your relationships builds mutual respect. When you treat others with kindness, fairness, and reliability, they are more likely to reciprocate. This mutual consistency creates a positive cycle, strengthening the bond and fostering long-term connection. It also sets a standard for how you expect to be treated, reinforcing the importance of mutual respect and integrity. Embracing simplicity supports consistency. When your life is cluttered with distractions or unnecessary commitments, it becomes harder to stay focused on your values and goals. Simplifying your environment and priorities ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. This focus makes it easier to maintain consistent actions, as you are not pulled in conflicting directions. Consistency in self-care ensures that you remain strong and capable. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being allows you to show up fully in all areas of your life. This commitment to self-care is not selfish. It's necessary for sustaining your ability to act with consistency. When you prioritize your health and energy, you create a solid foundation for reliability and resilience. The ripple effect of consistency extends beyond your immediate interactions. Your actions influence those around you, inspiring others to adopt similar behaviors. This influence enhances your magnetism, as people are naturally drawn to those who lead by example. Over time, your consistency not only builds trust, but also creates a positive impact that resonates beyond your individual efforts. Consistency is a journey, not a destination. It requires daily commitment, self-reflection, and adaptability. By embracing this practice, you create a life that reflects your values and fosters trust, admiration, and magnetism. Stoicism reminds us that the power of consistency lies in its quiet strength, shaping the way others perceive us and the way we perceive ourselves. Through consistent actions, you build a legacy of integrity and influence, ensuring that your impact endures over time. Consistency builds trust and magnetism over time, but silence holds a unique power to create a space for reflection that words often cannot reach. Silence invites depth, allowing emotions and thoughts to settle and grow richer. In a world that often rushes to fill every moment with noise, embracing silence becomes a profound act of self-awareness and connection. It allows others to feel your absence, not as a void, but as a presence that lingers and deepens their appreciation for your essence. Stoicism recognizes silence not as emptiness, but as a tool to amplify wisdom, relationships, and personal growth. Silence fosters clarity by giving the mind room to process. When we constantly engage in conversation or activity, we risk losing touch with our deeper thoughts. Silence creates a pause that invites reflection, allowing emotions and ideas to surface in their true form. This clarity strengthens your understanding of yourself and your relationships. When you allow moments of quiet, you become more attuned to what truly matters, and this focus adds depth to your interactions. Creating space through silence allows others to reflect on your impact. When you step back and resist the urge to constantly explain or assert, you give others the opportunity to think about what you've brought to their lives. This absence doesn't go unnoticed. It encourages a sense of appreciation and curiosity. People begin to realize the value of your presence when it is no longer readily available. In this way, silence becomes a gentle reminder of your importance without the need for words or actions. Silence communicates confidence. Speaking less often says more about your strength than any words could. It shows that you are comfortable with stillness and do not feel the need to constantly fill gaps. This quiet assurance radiates a sense of composure and control, qualities that naturally draw others toward you. By choosing when to speak and when to remain silent, you demonstrate thoughtfulness and a mastery of self-restraint. Reflection in silence allows you to assess your relationships with clarity. When you step back and create quiet moments, you gain perspective on the dynamics between you and others. This space helps you identify patterns, assess your boundaries, and understand where adjustments might be needed. Reflection deepens your emotional intelligence, enabling you to navigate relationships with greater intention and wisdom. Silence nurtures emotional independence. In the absence of constant interaction, you learn to rely on your own thoughts and feelings rather than external validation. This independence makes you more resilient and grounded, as your sense of self-worth becomes rooted in your inner strength rather than the opinions or actions of others. This quiet confidence makes you more magnetic, as people are naturally drawn to those who exude self-assurance. Silence creates a sense of mystery that sparks curiosity. When you speak sparingly or step back from a situation, it leaves others wondering about your thoughts and feelings. This intrigue draws people closer as they seek to understand the depth behind your quiet presence. The allure of mystery is timeless, and silence is one of the most effective ways to cultivate it without manipulation or artifice. Using silence as a tool for reflection also enhances your communication when you do speak. Words chosen after moments of quiet thought carry more weight and meaning. This deliberate approach to communication ensures that your messages are clear, impactful, and free of unnecessary noise. People value what you say because they know it comes from a place of thoughtfulness and intention. Silence can be a powerful way to navigate conflict. In heated moments, stepping back and choosing not to react immediately allows emotions to settle. This pause creates a space where understanding can emerge, preventing unnecessary escalation. By using silence to reflect before responding, you demonstrate maturity and control, fostering healthier resolutions and relationships. Creating silence in your interactions encourages others to open up. When you resist the urge to fill every moment with your thoughts, you give others the chance to express themselves. This practice deepens connections as it shows that you value their perspective. Silence, in this sense, becomes an invitation for genuine dialogue, where both parties feel heard and understood. Silence in your presence leaves room for others to miss you. When you are always available or vocal, your presence can be taken for granted. By stepping back and allowing moments of quiet absence, you create an opportunity for others to reflect on what they value about you. This absence is not about manipulation, but about creating space for appreciation to grow. Silence also deepens your relationship with yourself. In a world that constantly demands attention and engagement, moments of quiet allow you to reconnect with your inner world. This practice strengthens your self-awareness, helping you understand your desires, fears, and motivations. The more you know yourself, the more authentically you can engage with others, creating relationships rooted in truth and mutual respect. Using silence as a tool for reflection teaches patience. The results of this practice are not immediate, but unfold over time. Whether it's building stronger relationships or gaining deeper self-awareness, the benefits of silence require consistency and trust in the process. This patience reinforces your emotional resilience as you learn to find peace and clarity in the quiet moments. Silence can be a powerful way to signal boundaries without confrontation. When someone oversteps or disregards your needs, stepping back and choosing not to engage immediately sends a clear message. This silence is not passive. It's an active choice to protect your energy and prioritize your well-being. Over time, this practice helps you establish relationships that are built on mutual respect. Silence amplifies your presence in unexpected ways. When you embrace quiet moments, your actions and words become more meaningful. People begin to associate your presence with depth and thoughtfulness, qualities that are increasingly rare and valuable. This amplification is not about seeking attention, but about creating a lasting impression that speaks to the core of who you are. Incorporating silence into your life is not about withdrawing or isolating. It's about creating space for reflection, growth, and connection. Each quiet moment becomes an opportunity to deepen your understanding, strengthen your relationships, and cultivate a presence that is both magnetic and meaningful. Stoicism reminds us that silence is not the absence of action, but the presence of intention. By using silence as a tool for reflection, you invite others to miss the depth and wisdom that only quiet strength can provide. Mastering the art of making someone miss you without uttering a word is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and wisdom. Through Stoicism, you've explored the power of silence, the magnetism of absence, the value of emotional independence, and the depth of simplicity and restraint. You've learned that presence is not just about being there, it's about the quality, meaning, and impact of your existence. By reflecting on your relationships, nurturing your individuality, and communicating with depth and intention, you create connections that are profound and lasting. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its ability to transform challenges into opportunities for growth. As you embrace these principles, you not only invite others to appreciate your presence, but also cultivate a life that feels whole and meaningful, even in solitude. This is not about manipulation, but about living authentically, setting boundaries, and letting your actions and essence speak louder than words. If these ideas resonated with you, let us know in the comments what stood out most. How will you apply these lessons to your own life? Share your thoughts and join the conversation. And if you found value in this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights that empower you to live with purpose, strength, and clarity. Together, let's continue exploring the wisdom of Stoicism and its power to transform our lives. See you in the next video.